and the Richmond Tigers simply have to win today to keep their finals hopes alive. They take on, of course, the West Coast Eagles, who were firmly planted on the bottom of the AFL ladder. Xavier Clark from the Richmond Footy Club will be joining us shortly. And our spiritual leader, Lockie Reid, is running a fraction late. He'll be here in a couple of minutes. So say very good afternoon to Xavier Ellis, sitting in the Beast's seat.
Don't pull the curtain back on Lock, mate. You could have easily skipped over that without saying he's running late. You should have just said the big dog doesn't walk in till we're ready to bounce down. But, no, good to be here. Beautiful day. Gee whiz, we're lucky to be alive today over in Perth, especially when I'm a bit dry in the mouth.
You have a couple last night?
Yeah, I've decided the worst vessel to drink out is a pint. They're too big.
Can you remember the last time you didn't actually have a couple? Before a game that you've come to?
Nah. Well, you see the opportunities. I'm in the window at the moment.
Saturday.
Saturday's the opportunity. Anyway, so great to be here. 16 premiership players for Richmond today, plus Hopper and Taranto. So looking forward to seeing what that team can do, because they've got some good continuity about them, the Tigers. And, of course, under Andrew McQualter, bar that one poor performance against the Lions, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, 1-4 of their last 5. Good afternoon to Andrew Embley, fresh off a little cashy yesterday, I understand.
Good afternoon to you, Tom. No, sometimes in life you do things for the love.
And talk it up.
When was the last time you did that?
Yeah, anything for the racing industry. I'm always put my hand up to say, yep, no worries, I'll head down to Belmont and enjoy the day, Tom.
Even you would have lifted the quality of that joint.
Oh, wow.
It's time for an upgrade.
It's a dump, Ember.
Yes. No, I agree. I think we've got a beautiful stadium here right across the road. Maybe go and put some lights in there and we go Wednesday into Hong Kong. I think there's certainly some money that we can throw in to make it a fantastic racetrack. Bit of a Mooney Valley or something like that.
Mooney Valley Friday night's a good fun. And we're not here to talk about the races, but the Friday night's a good fun.
What I will talk about is, though, I drove in today, had a bit of humour, right? So, here we go. The parking bloke there, he's a really lovely guy. He's there forever, Wes says, g'day.
You don't stop. No one's got a parking pass. You just keep going.
Right, mate. You in here? So, yeah, I'm in here, mate. Anyway, so I get out of the car and he goes, oh, Embers. He goes, did you see the All Blacks last night? And I said, no, sorry, I missed it. He goes, 35-20.
Oh,
I said, oh, okay.
Huge.
He goes, but all you need to do, Embers, is go back and watch the first 10 minutes, all right? It'll tell you everything, all right? Don't watch the whole thing, just watch the first 10 minutes. So I probably won't, but I appreciate it anyway.
Was that the humour?
Yeah, well, no, I just...
Jeez, that was dry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting for the punchline.
No, that's it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, okay. But I missed it. Apparently they won the All Blacks, and I think the Aussies went down to the Argentines last night by 1.
Right.
Yes. There you go.
Well, there's your sports report done. Beautiful.
have another go.
Argentinians.
Well done. He's back. All right, let's get focused and back on track here. X, you mentioned Richmond, 4 of their last 5. And they were so good in the second half last week.
Oh, I enjoy watching them. I mean, not every club's got a star that gets you off your backside and to turn the footy on. And Richmond have got 2 of them, in my opinion. I absolutely love watching Dusty like everyone else. But, I mean, Bolton is now sort of creeping into that category of must-watch football. Last time they were here, Richmond, Bolton's last quarter against Free, I think he might have had 13 or 14 touches. It was exciting. He's an exceptional talent. He's every chance to take mark of the year every game. So, I mean, as I said, 16 premiership players plus Taranto and Hopper who are on big deals. I mean, that's 18 players. So they're missing Tom Lynch, obviously. I think probably the best key forward in the comp until he'd been injured last year. He was great, got injured again. So I think they've done okay, the Tigers. Obviously, it's hard to play without your spearhead, but, they don't really have a weak spot on the field.
I reckon Bolton Embers would be in the top 5 most watchable players.
Oh, he's great.
Players that you buy a ticket to go and see.
And we obviously don't get to see, these great Victorian players come over here and play in front of us. Obviously, Bolton is a West Australian boy, but the game against Fremantle about a month ago, and we watched him really closely.
They're the best quarter of football we've seen at this stadium.
He was completely dominant. The way that he covered the ground, he just put his team on his back, and it was just outstanding to watch. So he's been spending a bit of time on ball. We know that he can push forward and kick goals. It'll be interesting to see today, does he go, well, this might be an opportunity to be able to kick 4 or 5 inside forward 50, or does he say, you know what, I want to get 30, 35 and kick a couple of goals and set it up, because he uses the footy so well going inside forward 52.
So his career is blossoming to one that might be just coming towards the tail end. Andrew Gaff, we thought, a bit of talk around he'd be dropped this week. Mm-hmm. He was made sub. And then we saw Jack Petricelli go out with injury yesterday, and Ryan Marrick gets promoted from outside the team into the side, and Andrew Gaff stays sub. What have you made of that whole situation with Gaffey?
Well, to start with, don't get me wrong, Gaffey's in poor form. He's been a superstar. Andrew, you would have played a lot with Gaffey, and I think he gets unfairly criticised at times because he's a wingman traditionally, and he hasn't gone in and done the big superstar thing in the midfield, but he's been a sensational player. He's turned up the last 2 years, so I won't cop criticism from West Coast supporters. A lot of those senior players haven't turned up in those floggings. Andrew Gaff's turned up and played. He hasn't played well, but at least he's turned up. So he's out of form. The currency for him on the open market's probably not a great deal at the moment. He's got next year on a contract. He'll be subbed today, obviously, like a Tom Mitchell yesterday, just to freshen him up a little bit. Could have played yesterday in the twos, I suppose, but, West Coast have made the decision that he probably needs a freshen up, a week off, and, if he is forced to come on early, he's certainly fit enough to do that, but ideally, I reckon they'd like to see 40 minutes from Gaffey today and then reload the gun next week.
Embers, would they have been better just saying he's sore, he's got a slight injury, and just give him the week off and then freshen him up for 2 weeks' time?
Just looks like he's not covering the ground as well as he has, and from all reports, he's training really well, so it might not be an injury. It might just be, as we know, you get to a certain age and the game starts to catch up with you. He's and I agree with X, he's been a super player. He's covered the ground so well. I remember he sort of came into the side around sort of 2011 when we had the green vest, the bloke that would come on, and he would come on in his first year and just have 15 touches in a quarter and a half.
We tagged him from the age of 19, I reckon. From the age of 19, I reckon Clarko put Liam Shields on him nearly every time.
I'm actually glad that Simo's done what he's done with him today. I think he's a perfect sub. I mean, if this game, let's say hypothetically, it is sort of close halfway through the third quarter and you're injecting Andrew Gaff into the game, there's another 10, 15 possessions that he could probably have, with the explosiveness rather than actually playing 4 quarters where we know at the moment he's been struggling to run out games.
268 games is a lot of footy too, and he hasn't missed too often. And he runs and grinds. He still grind his stops off his boots because he doesn't lift his legs. So over time, he just shear away his stops. Shear him away. Yeah. Gone.
I'd almost go down to say right now, Andrew Gaff has run more kilometres in a game than any other Eagle in all time.
They're all Australian in their premiership year 2018.
Gaffey was. Yeah, he would have won their best and fairest, I reckon, if he didn't get the 8 weeks.
So this is the Triple M footy prime time for Jim Beam. It's said to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly. Does he have any currency on the open market? And do you think the club would have to pay a part of his contract?
Yeah, I think that would have to happen. But whether he stays or goes, he could do a Lockie Hunter at Melbourne. Lockie Hunter was dead and buried, I thought, at the Bullies, only just going, and then found a wing at Melbourne, made it his own. They're probably similar type of players, I suppose, out on those wings. So.
One thing I will say, though, is that when you come towards the end of your career, you are so much of a better player in a better team.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to a good side and he gets out on the wing and you've got, Collingwood players that are fine in the football and suddenly he doesn't have to chase, doesn't have to defend. He gets on the end of it. He can easily have, 20, consistently 20, 25
He could have
touches.
20 in a good team each week. No worries.
Yeah. So I think if the opportunity opened up for him to move on, I think it could be a good thing for both clubs. But in saying that right now, I'm not sure what you're going to get for Andrew Gaff.
I don't think much. I think West Coast would be paying.
Yeah.
A couple of young players have shown up the last couple of weeks for West Coast. Brady Hoff last week, and Elijah Hewitt's shown some really good things the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, Hoff needs to now make that role his own. Small defender. Every team's got a good small forward. Lock on every week, get that job done. You don't need to find the footy if you're a back pocket. You just got to stop your bloke from having a day out. So, that's an easy way to win the respect of his team. I thought on the wing at times he looked lost in his disposals, a bit shaky. So, no better way to play your footy as a youngster is to be put on a dangerous star sort of small forward and get that job done. You get the respect of your teammates pretty quickly. The best and fairest votes and that sort of stuff. They're the players that the coaches love, are the players that the audience don't particularly fall in love with, but they do a job for the side. So I look forward to seeing that again.
I'd love to, if Dustin Martin starts inside forward 50, for Simo to say, you know what, go and pick him up. You've done a wonderful job on Cameron last week, Hoffy. So Martin might be your guy.
Yeah, Bolton, Martin, something like that. See what happens.
That's right. They switch. You say, okay, I'll take Bolton. So and I agree. I think there's some encouraging signs to come out of some of the young kids. Hoff's performance, as you said, Hewitt shows a little bit. Jimmy's been, beaten up, bashed up, but I'd like to sort of see him just freshen up.
I'd like to see him have 20 disposals.
Yeah.
Don't worry about tackling and all that sort of stuff. Have 20 easy kicks, because at the moment, you're right, he's just been beaten up all season.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what Simo does today because they've got Kelly, Shuey and Sheed playing. And they obviously want to get minutes into Jinby and Hewitt through the midfield. So how he works that balance out.
I still like to see Jinby maybe go back and sort of play with half-back and just let him just sort of get some easy disposal there.
Or a wing or just out of Broadway a little bit.
Yeah, Hewitt can maybe sort of swap with Shuey a bit at half-forward.
Yep.
Also, we're here for Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Xavier Clark from the Richmond Footy Club. Not too far away. Lockie Reed, Tommy Atkinson, Dave Ellis, Andrew Embley and Alexia Pesh on the boundary. No beast today. See if Zay can handle the stats as well. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
Now you can stream the footy wherever you go. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy. Let's all gather around the radio.
When you say action, I'm your guy.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
Never trust a fart.
It has Marty Sheargold.
Oh, my God. Well, let me apologise in
A
advance.
man that isn't afraid of asking the big questions.
Hash browns. Discuss.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. It's a show for grown-ups.
I mean, flick around right now and see if anyone's doing a pumpkin story. They won't be. They'll be talking about photos of their kids.
Kickstart your day with a laugh. Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. 6 to 9 weekdays on Triple M.
There's a word for when 100% Aussie Angus beef meets fresh, crunchy lettuce, onion, and juicy tomato. Classic. The Classic Angus at Macca's. Available after 10:30am.
Aluminium sheet, plate and tread plate products. Aluminium geometric extrusions. If any of that means anything to you, then you need to get some action. Action Aluminium. 100% family owned, Action Aluminium is renowned for their competitive and consistent pricing, prompt pickup and delivery, and outstanding after-sales service. Get action today at Action Aluminium, Dandenong, Bayswater and Thomastown. Or online at actionaluminium.com.au.
Australia, now is the best time to enjoy Aussie fresh fruit and veg.
And right now, Coles 100% Aussie strawberries are just $3.80 for a 250-gram punnet. Just $3.80.
This week at Coles.
Offer ends Tuesday.
$1 upsize deal on Australian-made mattresses now at Harvey Norman. That's right. Simply purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress from big brands King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker or Beauty Rest, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Now's the time to update and refresh your sleep with our $1 upsize deal. Harvey Norman, supporting Australian-made and local manufacturing with $1 upsize deal on selected Australian-made mattresses. Shop in store or online. Limited time only at Harvey Norman. Conditions apply.
Melbourne's best buys. For quality tools that go the distance, you can't go past Kango. Kango's range of bits, blades, trowels and discs are made to go longer and do the job better. Kango. Look for the yellow target next time you visit the Bunnings Tool Shop.
Best buys.
Hi at user-VK4VD7VR5TL. Alan here from Volkswagen. I'm not sure you're a real person, a bot, or a person with a bot's name, but I am sure you said Utes are dreadful family vehicles and dreary as a wet weekend. Not ours. With over 30 safety and driver assistance systems, it's a fantastic family vehicle with a powerful V6 engine. Book a test drive today, if bots can book things. The all-new Amarok, born from tough love.
If you're the kind of person who likes to fix their own car, just hop on eBay. Find a part for every car on eBay.
What is it about our firsts? First car, first kiss, first time, first accounting software. Let's be honest, your first is never your best. At QuickBooks, we got you. Snap your receipts as you go, so you're always ready for tax time. And you'll never be lost with our award-winning customer support. Don't stay stuck on your first. Search for QuickBooks and make the switch today.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M footy, prime time for Jim Beam. It's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly.
Optus Stadium, about 20 minutes away from the bounce between the West Coast Eagles and the Richmond Footy Club. Lockie Reed, Tommy Atkinson, Xavier Ellis, Andrew Embley, Lex Pesce down on the boundary. Of course, we're here for Triple M and prime time for Jim Beam. It's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly as we see the Eagle fly down and land in the middle of Optus Stadium. All right, now let's go downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts. Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T's and C's apply. Here's Lex down on the boundary.
Thanks, guys. Got Xavier Clark from the Richmond Football Club. Xavier, thanks so much for your time. West Coast, it's been a tough couple of weeks, but they do get some personnel back. What are you expecting from them today?
Yeah, look, we acknowledge that they've had some challenges throughout the year, but they're starting to string some good performances together, and particularly the way they're trying to move the ball in offence, and they get some personnel back, which always helps. They got multiple premiership players still playing today. So we're mindful of that, and we know if they get the game on their terms, they can still be quite damaging once they get inside the forward 50. So, we've got to be on our game. There's no doubt about that, and we've prepared really well for what that looks like. But looking forward to a really good challenge. And
unfortunately for you guys, you lose Nan Curvis through suspension. You bring in Soldo, his second senior game for the year. What are you expecting from him? Yeah, look, Soldo's been a great player for us for a long period of time, and unfortunately just haven't been able to string some continuity together, whether that's through injury at the start of this year with his foot, and he played a good game in the VFL a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately Nate does go out with the 3 games, but it gives Soldo a chance to come in now to be that number 1 ruck and give us a good look around centre square bounce and what that looks like. So looking forward to him just playing his role and getting out there and sending him back out on the big stage is going to be great.
Xavier Embers, good luck today. We're so used to seeing Richmond being coached obviously by Hardwick. Now you've got Andrew McQualter. Tell us about the impact that he's made in a short amount of time. Yeah, look, Minnie's been at the footy club, for 10 years now. So he's been there for a long period of time. He's got a great relationship with a lot of the players, and that's one of his biggest strengths. And we see some of obviously the really good, successful coaches at the moment have got that really good relationship with their players. So, that's always a great win. But he's just been refreshing. I think when you take over midway through the year, you don't want to change too much in offence and defence. You do a couple of little tweaks here and there. We've made a couple of little small personnel changes. Liam Baker playing a bit more forward. But other than that, he's been really clear with his messaging. His week-to-week stuff hasn't been too dissimilar, but it's a different message, different voice. Dimmer used to try and tell some jokes throughout the week to get the up and going, and Andrew's tried to do that with not too much success. So I think he's got to stick to the coaching and leave the funny stuff to the funny people. But look, he's done a great job. Obviously the win-loss over the last 5 weeks is sort of an indication of that. But the boys are responding really well. I love a good nickname. Please unpack Minnie for me. Where's Minnie come from? I'm not sure, to be completely honest, mate. I played with him at the Saints for a long period of time, and just always known him as Minnie. He's obviously not that tall, but I'm not exactly sure where he came from. Sorry. Now, hey, 9-day break, an opportunity for you guys to freshen up. You come over here. You had a really good win the last time you're here against Fremantle. It's a real big opportunity for you guys to continue after a good performance against the Swans last game. Yeah. And what you want to do at this time of the year, when we know that log jam for the finals is what it is, and this time of the year when you're still a chance, you want to build continuity whilst trying to find I guess parts in your game that you want to really knuckle down on, and I think to be able to travel. And hopefully do that against a team that's going to challenge us in different ways, and hopefully get a win is always builds confidence. But like I said, we're mindful of the opportunity in front of us, but it's going to be a good challenge for us today.
Zave, thanks for jumping on, mate. Zave Ellis up here. You're the OG X-Man. Hey, mate, Dusty Martin must be a fan of Andrew McQualter. His form since Minnie's taken over is back to his best. Yeah, look, we know what type of play Duz has been, and he's had an interrupted year last year, and full credit to him the way he's bounced back, and he missed the game after the bye against Brisbane through illness, because which was a shame, because the week before that he really dominated, but also coming out against the Swans and having 30-odd disposals and setting up some goals and getting a goal himself is the Dusty that we love. He's spending time forward, he's spending time on ball when he needs to, with a little bit of that freedom. So, he's back to his good form, and hopefully continue that today. A lot has been spoken about Taranto coming from the Giants. Jacob Hopper's had a little bit of an interrupted season with a couple of times in and out. How have you found his performances for Richmond this year, and how comfortable does he seem in there these days? Yeah, he's an unbelievable around the ball. His ability to be able to win the ball and see the game around him has been phenomenal. I guess Tim's a little bit different. He can run all day, gets up and down the ground, and creates the opportunity just through pure work rate. But Hops
ability to be able to get the ball and kick the ball inside 50 and see the spares is something that has really added to our game, and we probably haven't had a lot of that continuity, like you said, with a couple of injuries and so forth. And the other part of it, you're playing with a whole new group of teammates, and you understand what their strengths are and where he fits into that. And a little bit of our game plan and style as well, probably taking a little bit more time to adjust to that, but when he gets it right, he's a phenomenal player for us, and we're grateful to have him at our footy club.
Last time the Tigers came to town, we witnessed probably one of the best quarters of football we've seen at Optus Stadium, with Bolton setting the Dockers alight. His role at the moment, playing a lot more centre bounce work and also the forward shift that he does. How does that get called in the box, or does he sort of suck it and see it a little bit where he's going to play forward in midfield?
Look, I think early in games we know where his big benefit is, and really he's a really good contest player. When he does the ball, his ability to be able to hurt the opposition in offence is being quite potent. So I think early on in the game, when there's contests and we can keep the ball as much as we can, we will. The game goes on. If we can, if we need a contest head of the ball and someone to win those 1v1s and get a little bit of speed and pressure on the forward line, we certainly can push him down there as well.
We saw last week the skipper, Luke Shuey, have a dominant first quarter. I think he had 9 tackles. How much work are you going to put into him? Do you think he might cop a tag today?
Look, at this stage we haven't planned to be completely honest. We understand that he's a great player for their footy club. Cully in there as well. So those 2 players certainly can hurt you. In offence. So we'll be mindful of that. We'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully we can let our system and our structure take care of it first, and then if it continues to hurt us, then we'll certainly look at a personnel role.
Dave, thanks for joining us. Good luck today.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Not far away from the bounce here at Optus Stadium, the West Coast Eagles taking on the Richmond Footy Club. About 12 minutes. The great man Lockie Reed has just walked in, got his Wildcats hat on, ready to rock and roll. And of course now you can stream every game of Triple M Footy live on the Listener app. Download it now, LISTNR. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Jim Beam. It's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Ever heard of Dave Grohl?
Hey, Triple Mers. Good friend Dave Grohl here.
Well, he's like Triple M's version of Taylor Swift.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And he's got a few neat songs too. And if you prefer adult music, we've got the Foo for you. Triple M's releasing more free Foo Fighters tickets next week.
The best! The best!
And we've made it easier to win. Foo Fighters tickets are back tomorrow on 105.1 Triple M.
With the Bledisloe Cup on its way to the G, Saturday, July 29.
Triple M is giving you the chance to be there.
Enter now on the win page at triplem.com.au for your chance to score tickets. It was a sellout in Melbourne last year, and it'll be even bigger this time. Don't miss out. Tickets are selling fast at Ticketek.
The Wallabies against the All Blacks in the Bledisloe Cup, July 29 at the MCG.
Enter now to win your way there at triplem.com.au.
Wallabies, all together.
The half-price sofa sale is on now at Amart. Buy selected 3-seater sofa and get the matching 2-seater half price. Sale ends Monday, so hurry into Amart.
Usually, polar bears spend most of their time hunting on the sea ice. But this year, thanks to Bundy Rum, you may find one hidden in your local bottle shop. Bundy has given a few NRL legends golden bears to hide in cans of Bundy Rum. Find one and you'll score 10 grand. There are also thousands of NRL prizes to be won. So, where's the bear? Just follow Bundaberg Rum on Facebook and Instagram to find out.
At Stuart Marler. G'day, I'm Alan from Volkswagen. You said utes occupy a unique space between being a car and a truck. Firstly, I hope you don't speak to your mother with that mouth. And secondly, try ours. With all the next level tech of a car and the 3.5 ton pulling power of a truck, it's a beeping great space to be in. So, why don't you book a test drive today? The all-new Amarok, born from tough love.
If you're an electrician, builder or interior designer, Beacon Trade is your partner, adding value to your business, offering free services like same-day delivery and lighting designs. Sign up to partner with Beacon Trade, and together, let's make light work.
Every day, there are thousands of Aussies sleeping rough without access to essential clothing items like warm socks and clean underwear. This July, Underworks I Give a Sock is back, and you can help make a difference. Post a silly sock pic with the hashtag #IGiveASock, and Underworks will donate a warm, cosy pair of HeatBod socks to an Aussie in need, in partnership with the Salvos and Food Bank. Go on, share a snap today and make a difference this winter with Underworks I Give a Sock.
Delivering over 300,000 children's books to remote First Nations communities? That's the goods. Seeing children connect with stories, languages and characters they can identify with. That's the goods! Helping First Nations children grow up with access to books.
That's the goods.
Together with the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, Australia Post is delivering the goods for children's literacy. It's another way we're delivering for Australia at Australia Post.
Every massive moment stops at lives right here.
That is incredible.
Kareem Hot Water and McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy, and the first quarter is coming up next.
Australia, it's time for a winter break. And Choice Hotels are bringing your next getaway one step closer with up to 15% off when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So when you're chasing the sun, book it. Or you're ready for a change of pace, book it. Whatever the reason, get the lowest price guaranteed this winter when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels.
Select travel dates between July and September only. Book by July 31. Subject to availability. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Repco. Driven by passion for 100 years.
Sunday afternoon, Optus Stadium, and we're not too far away from the bounce here. The Richmond Footy Club and the West Coast Eagles are both out there. We just saw the Eagles run through their blow-up banner. Xavier Ellis, Sandra Wembley, Tommy Atkinson, and the great man has joined us, Lockie Reid. Hello, Lock.
Afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Afternoon, crikeys. Where am I? Yes, good to be here. Looking forward, as you said earlier on the broadcast, the Tigers, plenty of premiership players and a big chance for them, X-Man, to get themselves closer to that top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. We're 16 premiership players, and then you add, of course, Taranto and Hopper, who are at that level, certainly. So, I mean, there's continuity along each line for the Tigers. West Coast, they're not so depleted. I think they've got 10 premiership players out there today themselves. So, I mean, there's experience littered through their side. I just don't think they're good enough to keep up with the Tigers today. Whether they break them in the first quarter or the third quarter, I think it's going to happen at some stage.
So the Tigers sitting on 30 points at the moment. They sit in 14th position. A win here just edges them that little bit closer to the top 8, Embers.
Nice.
That's good.
Clinton, good job.
That's the best numbers I've heard.
That was riveting.
That was
about as good as the gag.
Yeah. Well, mate, I had to stop the car.
The humour.
Just to try and get the All Black story.
It was a great story.
Yeah.
Well, I just wasn't expecting that. You know?
Yeah.
I
Caught me off guard. Caught me off guard. You went with it.
For those people that missed it and just joined us, good luck. Enjoy the call today. Should be a bit of humour. But he says, Embers.
He's
going it again.
Did you see the All Blacks last night?
No.
And I said, mate, listen, I did. He goes 35-20. I said, okay, that's great. He goes, listen, do yourself a favour, go home and watch the first 10 minutes, Lock.
Are we on replay here?
All right, the first 10 minutes, that's all you need to watch. They'll paint a pretty clear picture. I said, mate, there's not much chance of me going back to watch the first 10 minutes, but...
Tommy,
good luck to the All Blacks
in their next
game.
Is what's happened.
I thought the second time round you might remember the punchline. I was hoping, Lock. I was hoping.
Hey, West Coast a chance today?
Oh, I think they are.
No.
I really think they are. Mate, if you look at their list...
Put a line through them.
You were at the bar with me last night, Lock, were you? What are you talking about?
They have got a decent list that'll have a crack this afternoon, and
Surely
need to have a crack.
they do not want to win.
What do you think? What do you think the margin will be?
I think it's going to be within 2 goals.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
They were very good a couple of weeks ago. St Kilda were off, but I think West Coast
coming back in. He changes this whole team.
Stronger than what it was a couple of weeks ago. I agree, even with McGovern, sort of the play at centre half back there. Hearn comes back into the side. Their midfield of Kelly, Shuey and Dom Sheed. Elijah Short will get thrown into the deep end at times. I think Oscar Allen's just waiting for a big breakout game. If they can win enough footy inside forward 50, he might bob up and kick 4 goals
today.
The
Richmond game style is going to run the West Coast Eagles rampant, and they'll be tongue and arse in 15 minutes' time. They will be done.
15 minutes through the first quarter.
I just don't think they'll be fit enough. Yeah. I think the style that Richmond play, the gung-ho, get it forward, I think they'll leave West Coast in the congestion.
The Tigers are coming off a 9-day break as well, so I think that in extra couple of days, and they do have some senior players there.
Yeah.
And as you know, when you sort of start getting past 30, an extra couple of days is worth their weight in gold. So
West Coast are a game and percentage behind North Melbourne. They play them in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And North today were awful against Hawthorn.
Yes, they were.
Copped plenty of injuries. So West
Coast have every chance of beating North Melbourne, but their percentage, West Coast have to win at least 2 more games to finish 17th.
Do they want to win today?
Well, the players want to win.
Of course they want to win. Yeah,
but
of course they do.
The administration don't want to win, but the players want to win.
The players want to win, but is the best thing for the football club to win or to finish last?
I think the best thing for the football club today would have a real good, honourable loss. Have an absolute crack.
Every single one of these players wants to win.
Of course they do.
And just fall short.
Okay.
What's his name, the number 1 draft pick?
Harley Reid.
What good's he to shoey in those guys?
Yeah, no.
It's not going to be no good to them.
That's the thing. For the players' perspective, of course you want to win. And even Simo right now, to be honest with you, Simo wants to win.
Of course.
He's not thinking about Harley Reid because there's every chance that Simo might not be here in a few years' time when Harley Reid or another young kid comes into the system. So right now, you look at the present moment, and I think this team that they've got out here today is one of their more stronger sides, and hasn't been many times they've come to the footy this year expecting West Coast to go well. I don't think they win the game, absolutely not. But I think on the back of what I saw a couple of weeks ago, fast track, I think...
Are we forgetting they still lost by 80-odd last week?
Yeah, we forgot about that. Brisbane beat this mob. Brisbane beat Richmond by about 80 up there.
They've had one
3
good
or 4 weeks
performance in
ago.
about 4 months.
Who's that?
West Coast.
Oh, when you think about it, though, like...
Yeah, and it was a good
they're senior
performance
players,
against
so they
Saints.
get Shuey back, and we know what a difference he makes.
The Saints are going no good. You heard Ross Lyon last night. Say North will give him a touch-up next week.
Yeah. McGovern's had a game under his belt now. Hearn's back. Like, they're going to be competitive this afternoon.
I hope so. No, mate, we've been served up some shockers here. Don't worry, I'm hoping it's a close one. I think I'm higher on Richmond. I think they've done a good job without Tom Lynch playing full forward all year.
Done for the year.
Yeah, done for the year. Big news there, of course. So, but that just gives us another opportunity to see Dusty and those guys get to work forward, which is great.
Yeah, Andrew McCall has done a good job with this team, whether he gets a job or not. From all reports, the players really love him, but I guess you've got to be very careful when the players start to have a little bit of say in who coaches your next team. We saw what happened with David Teague and how that unfolded.
Different instance, though, is, of course, those coaches were sacked for poor performances. So Ratton came in, Teague came in, and Shaw came in at North. They were all the assistant coaches at the club, whereas this is a bit different because Dimmer would still be coaching if he wanted to.
Who are you thinking for the Tigers?
Coach?
Yeah.
I grew up playing juniors with Andrew McQualter of Gippsland, so I'm rooting for him to be coach. I think he'd be great, but I don't know. What's Nathan Buckley doing these days? I don't know.
Probably enjoying himself.
Yeah.
He
was in Perth recently, Nathan Buckley.
Was he? There you go.
In Perth recently and in the box recently with the Dockers.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
I'd love to see him have another opportunity.
Okay. I think so too.
What are you saying, Tommy?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Right.
JL assistant.
Just giving out 2 facts, Lock. He was in Perth and he was in the Freo Dockers box.
Right.
He was in the box for a game in Melbourne, or was he he wasn't in the box here in Perth?
That was in Melbourne.
In Melbourne, yes. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The other thing with the Eagles, I reckon, there's a few players out there that are playing for contracts next year.
Absolutely.
So
just a few, you reckon?
Witherden, others that aren't contracted past this year that are going to want to perform to make sure they get a fresh deal.
All righty. Well, we're looking forward to it this afternoon. Make sure you fill up at full time with the Macca's Angus range. And Xavier's looking after the Red Z lending stats.
Also looking after the chips and gravy.
You've got 2 buckets there.
No, the gravy ratio is well and truly out of whack.
And he had a couple last night. There's another bucket to the right-hand side as well.
I tell
you got the dual roll this afternoon.
Yeah, dual roll.
Yep. So no beast.
Saw me walk in fresh and thought this bloke can handle 2 rolls. No beast today, which is a shame. So I'll be on, of course, the Red Z lending stats throughout the afternoon.
The beast is on an acting job.
Yes, I know.
On location.
Up in Derby.
Is he?
He's up north. Yep. And then I think he heads to Melbourne as well. I know all about the beast and his travels. Lex on the boundary, welcome to you. We're going to catch up with you in just a moment because the crowd is a little down at the moment. I look around the stadium and
kids are free as well.
Kids are free, so maybe a little disappointing, but hopefully the Eagles fans are just having one last pint and they're popping out to their seats. But we're under underway here at Optus Stadium. We'll catch up with Lex for Bob Jane teammates in just a moment, but here's Tommy Atkinson.
McDonald's and Marine Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Soldo into the side, wins the first hit out, gets it clear. Cochin by hand. They come back inboard to Soldo. The run off half-back, Rioli goes short. Wasn't paid 15. Back to Rioli though. Oh, nice ball. How classy was that X-Man? Just spotted up Bolton, 45 out.
Yeah, that was very easy. Got the overlap. West Coast pressed up. I don't think they needed to there. And, of course, Rioli with a quick 1-2, and then Bolton just squeezing his way forward. Uncontested mark, kick it from 50.
McGovern's taken on Dustin Martin to start this game. Not sure if that's the right matchup for West Coast right now.
It's clearly not. Say it what it is, Embers. So Bolton, 19 for the season. Just one step to the right. It's a big kick, but misses, I think, to the right-hand side. So first score for the afternoon goes to the Tigers, one behind. And we've gone 60 seconds in the first term. Triple M Repco scoreboard. Repco, driven by passion for over 100 years.
Looks like Bolton and Tim Kelly just going together. So every chance both those will have 30
each. See you at the end of the game.
Hearn went short to Duggan, and then Duggan kicked it along the line. No one can take the mark. Williams is there. In the end, he leaves it. His teammate that's at the bottom of the pack. In fact, it was Jimby who was there, and Kelly is the man getting up slowly after the tackle was late. Soldo up against Williams. He's done the pretty much ruck roll all year for West Coast. Now down to Duggan, another possession for him. Kicks it along the line. The mark taken nicely by Bolter. What a player he is. Big, strong man. Goes short to Martin, and there's a man that's just come down. Is that
That's McGovern.
It's McGovern. He's hurt his shoulder. He's done.
His shoulder knocked himself out.
Yeah.
He slid along the ground.
He's hit his head. I agree with you. I reckon he's almost knocked himself out there.
Wow. I'd love to see the Harvey Norman replay with that one, because there was no contact.
He's dazed.
It's like he slid along the ground and just whacked it against the turf. So there's a chance Andrew Gaff might be the sub, and he might be activated very quickly into the game as Hoff gets it down the line. Gave it along to Cole. His kick to the middle of the grounds. It's not a great one, but the boundary umpire says he was actually over the line. So we'll throw it back into play. The physios and all the medicos talking to McGovern. Here it is now.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay coming through, Lock.
Boot.
I reckon it was the back of the boot of Duggan, I believe, onto Gov's noggin.
One behind the Tigers. West Coast yet to score.
So boundary throw-in, taken out of there by Tim Kelly's kick, though. It's been marked by Nick Gloston. Hand pass it off the run. The overlap comes from Bolter into the middle of the ground. Dangerous ball, has to be precise. Petrevsky-Seaton for the Eagles, made a contest, picked it up. Too slow though. Tackled, surely holding the footy, and it is. So back into the side, SBS, and caught. Free kick going the Tigers' way on the far side wing for Daniel Rioli.
So nothing just going right for the West Coast Eagles. Carnage again. Opening few minutes of the game, and McGovern looks like he's come off. I'll have to have a look at that, but from what we saw, there's every chance he could be out with concussion.
Could be out within about 2 minutes of the start of the game. Quite amazing. The kick inside attacking 50. Packle form. No one can take the mark. Shuey attacks it nicely. Hand pass a little loose. Hewitt may make it look okay. Big tackle late on Hoff. He's caught in the goal square. Won't be holding the ball. We'll ball it up though. Metres away from Richmond's goal line.
Good pressure from Bolton, but Hoff was real important just to be clean, just wrap that ball up.
Tap back into play into a bit of open space. Kelly's there. His hand pass was awkward though. Went down towards Shuey, who was up against Baker, and no one can grab it. Good tackle laid on Taranto. Still about 15 metres out from the Tigers' goal. They're leading by 1 early in this first term.
So it's tapped down again, cleared by Kelly. He's racking up the red Zeds. His kick. Oh, strong mark going back with courage from the Tigers.
That's hurt too.
Just leaning into it in front of Darling. It's going to be a big soldo, I reckon.
Bit of tunnelling in that, a little bit accidental, of course, but that's taking the wind out of the big fella. He's going to kick this 53.
Yeah, Rioli's circling here. He's going to make sure that West Coast are onto that.
Bit of friendly fire as well for Big Ivan. Go downstairs to Lex on the boundary. How's McGovern going, Lex?
Well, he's still with trainers. It looks like he's got a bit of blood from his mouth, so that seems to be the problem at the moment, but I'll keep an eye on it.
That might be a positive, just a cut, not concussion.
Bob Jane teammates looking after Lex this afternoon. This big soldo. The sexy man X. Got the mo.
You reckon?
The mullet flowing. He's a modern-day man, and he kicks an
that 30.
absolute shocker. Like a pitching wedge into the pocket.
How about the suspense? The way that he went back on the Dennis Lilly run-up, I was thinking, clearly, he's going to kick this ball 4 rows back. That was a pitching wedge.
Didn't make the distance and has punched across the line. The Tigers by 1.5 gone first term.
He got nervous, Tommy talking him up. As we throw the ball back into play, McGovern may be okay, which is good news for West Coast as the ball's thrown back into play. Williams down to Shuey, shrugged off the tackle, has to get rid of it quickly. Oh, Kelly gave it straight up. The Tigers' pressure is immense right now. They're about 15 out from their goal and they're laying big tackle after big tackle. Jinby slow to get up now. Another ball up coming our way.
And West Coast is a little bit lucky with a couple of these loose handballs from this backstop. He's got to get on the boot quickly.
In amongst it is Martin. He can't grab hold of the footy. Hewitt hands it off to Hoff. Hoff quickly to Jinby. His hand pass good to Sheed. Now to Duggan. Good play in the end by West Coast, although the Duggan kick was an absolute shocker. Went straight to the Tigers. A high one in the air. Can't be marked by Darling. Tight to the boundary. We'll have another throw in 60 around. Lex for Bob Jane Teamarts. Welcome to you.
McGovern's just gone down to the room, guys, so he'll obviously be assessed. I guess concussion or whether it's that mouth. Wait and see.
Bob Jane Teamarts have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T's and C's apply. So boundary throw in. 60 out from the Tigers goal. Soldo won the tap down to the front of the pack. Jinby lays a big tackle down there on Graham. Gets the hand pass away. Here's Bolton from 50. Just centres the ball. Top of the square. Tommy Barris. Strong. Just got rid of his opponent. Took the mark. His hand pass to Hearn. Hearn's dropped it. He's kicked though and turned it over. So just struggling to clear their defensive 50 here, the Eagles.
Short pass to the top of 50's okay though, and Taranto's taken the mark. Maybe a bit too far out to score. He'll have to roost it for about 52. Rioli wanted a little hand pass off or a short pass. Taranto ignores him.
Started well, Rioli. Lock, 4 disposals, 4 kicks, 2 inside 50s. This will be his second score assist.
You're going to confuse me. That was a Red Z, not an expert comment for Seabus Super. So Red Z, loans for the self-employed, red.com.au. The X-Man can do it all as Taranto sends it all the way from 52. Balls into the goal square. Soldo nearly held onto it, and then it'll be dragged through. In fact, hand pass through by Hearn from either score. The Tigers are 2. The Eagles yet to score. We've gone 7 in this first term.
So Duggan goes quick. He wants Cripps. 1-on-1. Did well. Against Rioli, he takes the mark. Then comes inboard, little 45, finds Sheed.
So McGovern's got the 20 minutes. He'll be assessed. This is where I think the rule needs to be changed, where Andrew Gaff, the sub, should be allowed to come on for the 20 minutes that McGovern is getting assessed at the moment.
He's joined us, McGovern, friendly fire from Liam Duggan. He's down in the room. He's copped a boot to the face. Now they switch to Cole. Now to Barris. Long kick. Darling's in best position here. Should mark it. Takes it on the second grab. That could be 50 almost. Just tackled to the ground by Broad. Umpire says no. And now he wants it for Grimes running through the protected area. It's a big Jack, been down on form, comes inboard. Kicks long to the pocket. Oscar's at the back. The punch comes away. It's going to fall here to the Tigers, and they can run out of defence. Prestia kicks to the open side. 1-on-1. Duggan did well. Used his body and marked it.
He's had a really good 6 weeks, Doug, and he's starting to turn himself into a very quality footballer.
With it, an inside attacking 50, the Eagles' best positions. That's surely a free kick to Williams. He's shepherded out of the play. Silly stuff at the end from, I think it might have been Bolter. And Williams will get a kick for about 25 out. Just looked away from the footy and ran straight into the Eagles' ruckman.
We don't always associate clever football with ruckman, but he noticed that eyes were off the ball and then just launched himself into it. It had to be a free kick. He's come down a little bit ginger. Williams doing that, but he's going to kick this tight angle, 20 metres out. This will be a good start for the Eagles because they are getting beaten inside 50s 4-2.
And you talk about opportunities, so Bailey Williams wouldn't be getting the opportunity if Nick Natanui was out there right now. He's another player that's stepped up and taken his chances this year. He's been solid.
From 30 on the angle, Big Bailey slots it through. A thirst for West Coast. Good start. Promising signs, 4 points to margin, 1 straight 6 to 2 behinds. That's on the Triple M Repco scoreboard. Repco, driven by passion for 100 years.
The issue there, Embers, was Richmond came out of the defensive 50 and Prestia had the football. Daniel Rioli was running next to him, opted not to give him the handball. Rioli could have run and taken a couple of bounces, tried to kick it out himself. Prestia, Liam Duggan was too good. Turnover back inside 50, free kick goal, West Coast. could have been avoided if pretty simply Prestia just given Rioli that handball.
West Coast small forwards too, just got to be mindful. So that long kick that goes in, what happened was they all just went to the contest, and Richmond in the end, they turned the footy over. But you've got to make sure, if you can't impact that contest, if you can't get front and square, you almost have to think that you have to cover the outlets. And they got lucky there, West Coast, because Richmond turned the footy over.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. The Eagles by 4 points. Ball in the middle, hand pass comes to Tross. Now they get to Bolton. Going to be a free kick advantage paid. Little 1-2 again with Bolton. He gets it back. Kicks up, wants Pickett. He's marked it, 60 out. Marlon Pickett. Witherden called just to settle down, as we saw on the Harvey Norman. Jack Williams from the Eagles caught one to the mush. And his kick, though, Pickett's no good. Been marked by Jinby. Playing down there in half-back, about 30 out from his goal.
So played all his school footy at half-back and was very solid there. Jinby, obviously, with the way that have had so many injuries this year. He's been thrown into the deep end as a midfielder, but good to see West Coast releasing him there at half-back right now.
The kick along the line, a little firm, and Miller's taken a mark for the Tigers, just on the wing. So just 2 behinds for Richmond so far to start this game. 1 straight 6, the Eagles. Short pass, not too bad as well. So this is Banks. And Banks has it just forward of the wing. He'll kick it inside, attacking 50. Jimby again, best place to try and take the mark. Jumped a little early to try and grab hold of it, and he comes up holding his hamstring. He's going to stretch that out. A little bit of cramp there early on.
Can't be cramp, Lock.
Can't be cramp. Hasn't run enough.
I wouldn't even cramp at this stage.
At your age now.
You reckon he might have hurt himself?
Yeah, he's really flexing it at the moment. So the hammy are concerned. The ball's coming his way now, and he kicks it out of bounds on the foot. Might have been touched. No.
Blame the cramp, Lock.
Blame the cramp. Yep. Just a little sore as Williams is having a break on the boundary line, and Bolter's waiting for the ball to be thrown back in, and one of the Eagles fans just throws it to Oscar Allen, who's on the mark, instead of Bolter, who's the man about to kick it.
So the Tigers are dominating field position and inside 50s, and long kick all the way to the top of the square. The punch came from Barris. Shuey picked it up, just gave it to Duggan. His kick's a shocker. Been marked by McIntosh, 40 out.
Richmond's pressure inside forward 50 have been very good to start this game. West Coast at the moment, when they win the footy, they have to kick the ball quickly, and the Tigers are setting back behind the footy. And this is the reason why they continue to get these repeat inside 50 entries, and now a shot on goal.
Game number 163 for Camden McIntosh.
He's been a very solid footballer, blue collar. You know what you're going to get from him from week to week.
We need one of these to go through. A couple of behinds, a couple have fallen short. So McIntosh, 45-degree angle, pushed it across the face. Going to fall short as well. It is helped across the line, though.
Gee, that set shot kicking's been poor.
Been awful. That's their third behind. They trailed by 3 points. 13 gone in the first term. Triple M Repco scoreboard.
The X-Man on the Seabus Super comments, making hard work pay off. Seabus Super and the Embers joining him. He's with it, and he'll play on from full back, and he'll come to this broadcast side. Pack will form. Oscar Allen had to come from behind. It's now in the hands of Miller, who kicks inside, attacking 50. Barris is there. It bounces a little high for him. He had to wait for it. Then he handed to Witherden. Nearly caught, just shrugged off the tackle. Did okay to Hewitt. Right half back, his kick's low. It wasn't a great kick in the end. He needed to launch it a long way towards the wing. Prestia will cut it off. Kicks inside 50. Pressure on Hoff. Got away the hand pass. Well done to Sheed. Lobbed one over the top to Shuey. He's caught in a good tackle by Taranto. 25 out from Richmond's goal. We'll have a ball up.
9 inside 50, so 2 favouring Richmond on the Red Z lending stats.
You see on the Harvey Norman, Ruben Jimby having
hamstring.
Tested. So ball up, 40 out from goal. Hewitt, little clearing kick, didn't go far. Ended up here with Banks. And the kick inside 50 is a beauty. And Pickett's marked it again, this time slightly shorter and slightly better angle, just 30 out.
So Barris just flat-footed then, and just got to be a little bit better, because under pressure, we know quick kicks inside forward 50. And there was one player that was side by side, and that was Marlon Pickett, and he was expecting the ball to come quickly, and he was the one that moved off the mark. He marked it, and Barris was asleep.
I reckon this is their 5th or 6th shot on goal. Pickett should kick this one, and does. They're on the board. Tigers get their first, 139. West Coast 1 straight 6. 15 gone first term. Triple M Repco scoreboard. And for Seabass Super, his zone.
If I'm a betting man, I think Jimby has done his hamstring. He's just sitting there with the doctors and physios, shaking his head a little bit with a young kid too. You don't want to put him through too much. If you do think it's low grade, it can become more. So I'd be interested to follow that over the next 5 or 6 minutes because Gaffey's starting to get the old hip flexors stretched out. So interesting stuff happening on the bench because, of course, Jeremy McGovern's already down in the change rooms with the concussion test. So West Coast on the back foot already.
I'll check in with Lex right now. Lex, promising signs or not so promising for Jimby?
I don't want to under-promise, over-deliver one of those ones. He does keep pointing to his left hamstring, and you are right, Lex. Andrew Gaffey is warming up. So he's in the hands of trainers. That's Jimby, and he does keep pointing. He sort of look like he's stretching it. Doing all the things we don't want to see.
And sometimes these 18-year-olds never done a muscle before, so they're actually not really quite sure what has happened.
How serious it is.
If he wanted to hide it from Richmond, he's not doing a good job at it.
That's right. So Hopper will kick inside, attacking 50. Packle form was missed by Revolt. Haven't called his name so far. He dragged Barris off the footy. Still about 25 metres out from Richmond's goal. Again, another inside 50. Lex on the boundary again.
McGovern's just come back out. He's gone back to the trainer, so we'll wait and see what happens with him next.
Good on you, Lex. Doing a great job. Bob Joan T-Marts looking after her this afternoon as Duggan is caught in a good tackle by Soldo. He dragged him to the ground. There was no head clash, though, which is good news.
But he tried to help him up, too, to make it look like nothing happened.
Little friendly 3 points is the margin as the ball's thrown up. Bolton grabs it, kicks a goal. Just ran along the line and straight through the big sticks. No one was watching the great man. And he slotted a 6-pointer, 2-3-15 the Tigers, 1 straight 6 the Eagles. That's on the Triple M Repco scoreboard. Repco driven by passion for over 100 years.
Embers, what do you do, mate? 11 inside 50s to 2 already. What would you do if you're West Coast right now?
You just start to, I'd start to change their positions around the stoppage at the moment. So at the moment, they're very reactive and they're sitting on shoulders and they're allowing Richmond to be able to win the footy but then spread forward, and I feel like West Coast at the moment are doing two things. They're not winning at the source and then they're not defending on transition either, so they've got to start hunting. They've got all their leaders on ball at the moment. Kelly, Sheed, Shuey. This is where it all starts for West Coast right now.
Cross hotels around the ground. The Hawks 48-point winners over North Melbourne. And for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy as Kelly bursts through the middle, now kicks the Eagles forward, wants Darling one-on-one, through his fingers, gets out the back. Williams couldn't take it. Oh, it ends up with Darling. Tried a cheeky check side and missed it to the left-hand side. West Coast 1-1-7. The Tigers 2-3-15. The margin 8 points. 18 gone in the first term. Triple M Repco scoreboard.
So it's an 8-point margin at the moment. 17, nearly 18 minutes gone. Sure pass will be okay. The Tigers will just take their time, set something up. Grimes has the footy.
Got to love modern day footy, Lock. Just take that one step outside the goal square and then just kick one 15 metres.
And get a possession for yourself as well. The kick along the line, not a bad one. Barris is there though. He was all over that one. He fisted it over the line. Just throw it in below us.
West Coast are winning some footy around the contest. Their contested possessions have been very good to start the game, but it's been Richmond's pressure that's been outstanding. They are forcing West Coast to kick the ball quickly, and because they've set up well behind the footy, they've been able to get West Coast on transition right now.
Ball thrown in. Bailey Williams tried to take it out of the ruck contest. Came back into his hands. Good strength. Gave it over to Kelly. He wobbles one inside attacking 52 against 1 against Darling. The Tigers with the numbers, although they're a little sloppy with the hand pass. It'll put them all under pressure. Running in and trying to grab hold of it is Hewitt. He can't take it. Darling came off his leg. Now Marrick couldn't receive it, and well done in the ends. The Tigers get it out. Rioli's taking the mark. He'll play on and take on the tackler in Cole. That's what we like to see. Then kick it out towards the boundary. That's what we Tommy Barris tried to take a hanger and he went so high the ball landed on his boot and he's feeling a little dazed right now. Big Tommy.
It's a shocking fall. He's so lucky that he got up on the back of that. Harvey Norman replay. It is an absolutely ugly incident.
He's coming off the ground now.
He's walking off the ground, Lock.
So McGovern, I think, promising signs. He's standing up.
Yeah, Gov's ready to go.
Gaffey looks like he's going to be subbed onto the game for Jimby. Lex on the boundary. It is mayhem down there.
It's getting busy, isn't it? Gaff's just come on, so unleash the super sub.
So boundary throw in on the wing. Duggan comes through. Gives it to Cripps. Kicks around the corner. Wants Marrick. Had to spoil. Did that. Ball hits the deck. Gaff slides in.
Watch Gaffy get 30.
Umpire says,
Good
"I'll have
opportunity for Gaffy.
Yeah.
It's up and out.
30, season high.
Yeah, it's, I think 5 to beat last week's effort lock. So.
He's on his toes, Gaffy, anyway, around the contest.
So that was thrown up, and Soldo was by himself and just punched it to no one in the middle of the ground.
Strange place to punch it.
Chewy tries to burst through. Lost it to Martin, one-on-one. Now the kick to the wing. Plenty of numbers out here for the Tigers. Taken by Baker. Tries to shrug off Hoff and did so. Did really nice. The kick, though, on the half volley wasn't great. Gets it back. Little 1-2. Hand pass to Ross. Where's he going to go? Inboard. Martin now to Baker. Just beats the tackle. Comes inboard. Gives it off. Back to Hopper. To Graham. Wanted Baker. Missed him. Pickett picks it up. And he's slammed to the ground. Big tackle laid. Free kick paid holding the footage here. Liam Baker.
Oh, I love Liam Baker. He'd have to be one of my favourites. He'd have to be one of my favourites.
He nearly got it inside 50.
And had a laugh too at the end, but he missed it.
A very important tackle there by Hoff. He's been super last week. He's backed it up. West Coast missed a lot of tackles in that chain of play there for the Tigers when they linked up with the handball, and was Hoff there at centre-half back. That's later an absolute beauty.
Chesser has it. Let's go back to Lex for Bob Jane team arts. Official sub has occurred, Lex.
That's right, Lockie. Ruben Jimmy has his T-shirt back on. He's in the back row, so he's done for the day.
Just watching down the bench then too, the AFL officials standing next to Gov with like an iPad device with obviously the countdown clock. Yeah.
So Eagles have done well here through the middle of the ground. Cripps, he missed the target. May work okay. Good hands, Williams to Darling. Now Marrick. Oh, his kick was smothered. Brilliant play. Grimes, the hand pass, out to a bit of open space, missed the target in Bolton, but Bolton's quick enough to pick it up, draws the player to Pickett, might get it back, Pickett, he'll slip over, now he's in trouble, Duggo's all over him, and
he got lucky.
He should have given the handball.
Yeah, he called non-controlling umpire, he called that.
The forward umpire didn't know what to do.
The forward umpire was about to hold the ball.
Yeah, so the kick. Then free kick will go up towards the top of the 50 and rebound on the lead, takes the mark. 2-3-15 to 1-1-7. So we'll keep an eye on Tommy Barras. I reckon it's promising signs. He's standing up on the boundary, so he should come back on. So too McGovern. So there's some good news out of a bit of bad news earlier on.
And poor old Shannon Hearn, 47-year-old, doesn't know what he's done wrong to be now the key position defender.
Yes, up against this man, superstar, Revolt from 50. Not a kick of a superstar, though. Won't even make the distance. Packle form-fisted back towards the goal line. Shuey's there to save the day. Slaps it through for a minor score. So another one for the Tigers, 2-4-16. The Eagles 1-1-7. Lex again. We're keeping you nice and busy. Bob Jones getting their money's worth.
They are indeed. Tom Barras did come off. They grabbed his head a couple of times. Then he seemed to be doing a few deep breaths, so let's call it severely winded at this stage.
Yeah. Hopefully he can come back on shortly. No tall defender at all down there for the Eagles at the moment. It's Witherden, kicks long. Contest made out there by Allen, but it's turned over straight away, and here's Dusty. Marked it. Just far too easy for Richmond.
So the set shot kicking's been as bad. Here we go, Dusty.
Plays on, kicks it from 50, takes it all on board and misses the left-hand side, but they'll get another chance probably here to mark it and turn it over again as Hearn kicks out long, should find Bailey Williams who marks it. And the Tigers lead by 10 points.
They certainly do. Williams has it, left half back. I want to see that Barras high-flying attempted mark. How he went over.
There's an element of tunnelling in it.
Yeah, and we went over the top as Marrick tries to grab hold of the big one. Went over the top of his opponent, and the ball actually landed on his boot as it went over, and he did a backflip.
Yeah, it was a very lucky, he's so lucky there, Barras, when you see those plays. He's on the ground now. That's why the applause is happening for West Coast. McGovern on as well. So they're two key pillars back on the ground. McGovern very, very lucky on that contest.
Ball thrown back in, wing position. Soldo taps it down. Gaff all over his opponent in Cochin. Ball comes out towards the long, quick hands to Petreski. Seaton fumbled it, went back and got it well done to Gaff. Now to Sheed on his left side. Chip inside 50. A little firm though for Kelly. Tigers with the numbers. Grimes should get back. He hand passes to a man under all sorts of pressure. They did really well. Broad has it tight to the boundary. Well done, Rioli. Short pass, puts came out under pressure. It was Cochin. Bailey Williams came through and smashed him. Cochin says, it's only a fly. I'll just push it away and take the free kick. 2-5-17 plays 1-1-7.
Cotchin on the left. Oh, he's got Bolton. I don't know how he gets so much free space. Just marked it all by himself, went quick, gave it off to Taranto, then Trioli. They go short. Pickett. The mark will be paid. McGovern came late. Pickett has it. Half forward, hard up against the boundary line. Just kicks it to 30 out. The pack will form. Barris strong. Got up nice and high and took a mark. 20 out from his goal. Tom Barris just pumps it back to where it came from. Long kick, wants Williams. Couldn't get it. Second bite of the cherry. Pickett roving for the Tigers. Couldn't pick it up. Dives in over it again. On top of his back. The ball comes out. They've lost and hand pass into space. Inside 50. Bursting through is McGovern. Strong tackle laid by Miller. And the umpire says, I'll have it. I'll ball it up. 30 out from goal. The Tigers by 10 points. 26 gone in the first term.
Daniel Rioli, 9 disposals, 8 kicks, going at 100%.
So as Tommy said, 10 points the margin, deep inside, attacking 50. Here's Dusty, shrugged off the tackler, gave it to Banks, his kick towards the goal square, cut off by McGovern, so he and Barris join again. Short pass, not too bad. It was a little check side that Hoff's taken the mark with. In the right back pocket, about 25 out from his defensive goal. Beautiful kick along the line, so that's not bad footy. And Long's taken it.
Just got to get some control in the game here, West Coast. It's been very fast. They've had to kick the ball quickly because of Richmond's pressure. Just need to start to get some possession, chip it around, maintain possession of the football and see if they can actually get a good inside forward 50 entry.
Possession for Gaff as well. Get his red Zeds in a moment as Bolton nearly took an easy mark, just uncontested, came out of his hands. Now with Broad, good hand pass. They'll charge forward again. Pressed here on the end of a chain of handballs and then kicks to the top of the 50. Baker's taken a mark. He looks inboard. Beautiful kick. Soldo there. And the Tigers run when it gets into the hands of Baker and Prestia. It's always pretty handy. And Soldo.
Dusty's looking for a look.
Was covered off on that occasion by Williams. Smart thinking by the Eagles forward as Soldo now goes back. And he'll kick from about 50.
A bit closer this time. He's already had a sider, Soldo. Went back to the middle of the ground, came and kicked it from 55 and kicked it 30 metres. So let's see if he can kick this one over the fence.
Looks like a man that should be playing in the 70s. A little stutter. He creeps inside 50. Bang, she goes. And he's pushed it to the right-hand side. So disappointing finish. So another behind for the Tigers. They're 2-6-18. They lead the Eagles 1-1-7. 27 and a half minutes gone. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. We've got Embers and also the X-Man in charge.
Richmond 1 goal 4 from set shots. Not good enough. The game could almost be done and dusted.
So Hearn kicked it out. Taranto, thumps it back inside 50. That's a strong mark. Liam Baker, he transitioned into a forward the past couple of weeks. He's marked it, but really tough spot. 55 out against the boundary line.
After the siren here, Tommy. 6 seconds to go.
Nice mark on the Harvey Norman. Get 22% off the package price when you purchase a TV and soundbar from the same brand in one transaction. Hurry. And Sunday, that's today, at Harvey Norman. So Liam Baker kicked this 60, I reckon, from the boundary. Big kick. He's swinging back. It's going to fall short, though. And they just stop it from going across the line. So no score. All the Tigers, though, in the first quarter. 2-6-18. They lead by just 11 points. West Coast 1-1-7. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Repco, driven by passion for 100 years.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Fill up at full time with the Macca's Angus range.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football. Max Gillen says he's spoken to several star marquee players that would be willing to move to Tasmania.
I'm presuming majority of people wanted to go to Tas. If the money's right, I don't think it's going to be an issue getting players. It wasn't an issue for GWS and they're in Blacktown.
Well, you wouldn't put your dog there, mate.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Triple M. Get the podcast now from the Listener app.
This is a big deal.
Actually, it's a huge deal. Hang on, this is a massive winter deal. Switch to Energy Australia for a massive 25% off gas rates for home and business. That's right, save 25% off your total gas bill, plus no gas rate rises for 12 months when you switch before August 1. Switch to Energy Australia today.
VIC eligible customers only. Conditions apply. Available on select plans. Guaranteed discount is off our market energy charges and applies for the applicable benefit period.
How was your weekend?
Awesome. Jim's Bucks party at World Series Paintball was a hit. They got him in pink overalls so we could spot him in a heap of paintball games.
He'd do a buck run?
Yeah, that was the best part. Well, for us anyway.
We had the boys' 10th birthday at World Series Paintball. The kids said it was the best party ever. Hey, we should go paintballing for our Christmas party.
Yeah, for sure. They're open in Oakley, Little River and Epping. So, boss, if you're listening, go on. Book in our Christmas party now at worldseriespaintball.com.au.
When it comes to cars, you want to make sure you're getting the right advice.
Because not only do cars sound like this anymore, they can also sound like this.
In our new podcast, in partnership with Car Sales, What's Under the Bonnet, we'll bring you expert commentary on all things electric vehicles, cover the latest EV news,
and meet the people already driving them.
Search What's Under the Bonnet where you get your podcasts and download the Listener app now to listen for free.
Listener.
Power up your winter with the hero offer from Nature Bee. Get 6 months supply of Power Pollen for just $160, and as a bonus, we'll include a pack of Propolis lozenges. It's a saving of $25. Boost your immune defences and save money. Call 1-800-147-009 or visit powerpollen.com.au to order your hero offer now. Powerpollen.com.au. Call 1-800-147-009. Power Pollen. Power up your winter.
This International Lipstick Day, Revlon is donating $2 from every super lustrous lipstick sold at Chemist Warehouse to look good, feel better. A foundation that helps women face cancer with confidence. For high impact and moisturising lips, buy Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick, Australia's #1 lipstick from Chemist Warehouse, and inspire confidence through the power of lipstick. Promotion ends 2nd of August 2023. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
At NAB, we've seen desserts sold in Darlinghurst, seen painters paid on the go, and small businesses start to grow. And we even saw Tom sell his first hoodie online. Yes. Nice one, Tom. Over 100 million business transactions a month. That's experience money can't buy. Oh, gotta go. Brenda's about to seal a deal on some blueberry muffins. Experienced payment solutions from the bank that's seen it all.
NAB. More than money.
Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Yeah, we're at Optus Stadium where the West Coast Eagles are taking on Richmond. It was 8 scoring shots to 2. But only an 11-point lead for the Tigers. They're a little off in front of goals. 2-6-18 plays 1-1-7. The X-Band, you're doing 2 jobs this afternoon. Double the pay. Give us some Red Z lending stats.
Absolutely, mate. For West Coast, Liam Duggan's had the 7 disposals. The second highest ball winner for West Coast, Tom Barrasu, came off injured during that quarter, has had the 5 disposals, so not high numbers there for West Coast. For Richmond, Daniel Rioli's had 9, been fantastic. 8 kicks going at 100%. Serrano's had the 8, Bolton's had 7, and a big hot dog there. Inside 50s, 18-6 favouring Richmond. Hit-outs 14-3 favouring Richmond, but funnily enough, clearances 9-7 favouring West Coast. So Soldo's getting the job done over Williams, but the Richmond midfielders aren't winning the clearances.
Oh dear, I can hear the beast growling over.
That was smooth.
Heavy. That was very good.
I love it.
Just save yourself though, because I'm going to come back with your expert thoughts in just a moment.
And 3 players for West Coast who get to touch the ball. That's Hunt, Allen and Marrick.
Thank you, X. Yep, no, that's all right. Just a 15-second little update.
Righto.
That's all we need. Lex on the boundary, Bob Jane, Team Arts.
I haven't had as many chips as X have, but I'll give you what I can. Ruben Jimmy did have that left hamstring strapped. He was walking around, wasn't limping, which I guess is a good sign. He did go down to the rooms and gave us a little smile on the way down, so I'm no expert, but that looks pretty good.
Yeah, good on you, Lex. Bob Jane Team Arts have great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T&Cs apply.
Seeing on the Harvey Norman, so we noticed that Jimby hurt his hammy before, and then when he kicked it, can you make it worse by kicking it after you've done it?
You can. It's only low grade, though. You tell it was only low grade when he did it. He was
needs a rest,
slowly rubbing it, and I don't think it's a big issue. Probably just a normal hamstring.
A little couple of weeks, and then he's back for the last.
Because I tell you what, if it's a proper hamstring, you're not trying to kick a ball 50 metres.
Yeah,
that's right.
To West Coast credit, I thought they actually did hunt around the contest, but there's two things happening right now. Richmond's pressure's been really good. So when West Coast win the footy, they are under pressure and they're kicking it quickly. And then when Richmond win the football, West Coast's inability to be able to defend transition and turnover is really hurting them. They're actually getting sucked into the contest and not seeing what Richmond are doing. And when Richmond win it, they link up, they move it quickly. They've got players like Bolton, players like Taranto that are spitting out of the contest, and West Coast turn around and go, where's my opponent? So they got to get better at the moment, West Coast. If they can't impact that contest, they have to work to find the most dangerous player.
Oh, good Seabus Super special comments too. Well done, Embers. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Here's Tommy Atkinson. Second term underway. The Tigers by 11.
The Eagles need a big term from their skipper. No tackles, just the 3 disposals for Luke Shuey.
Hey, get out of my area.
Starting in the middle. That bounce was awful. Should have been recalled. Instead, the Tigers go forward, but going back. McGovern takes a courageous mark and goes quickly. His kick sits up okay for Williams, who did well. Gathered, hand passed out wide. Found Gaff. Comes inboard, back to Williams. His kick's in hope. Wants Allen to beat 2. Made a contest and he fell awkwardly as well. And he's hurt himself. Dom Sheets called for the doctor straight away. He's grabbed his left arm and he looks in a bad way, Oscar Allen, coming straight off. That looks like a break. This is not good news for the West Coast Eagles.
He'll be all right. Come on, Oscar.
So
just land a bit funky?
Yeah. Just the way he grabbed his wrist and Dom Sheed called for the doctor straight away. So boundary throwing. It's the forward side of the wing. Tim Kelly just kicks it off the ground forward. Darling gathers, hand pass to Sheed, just set him up. Got the ball free though back to Darling. He's tackled down there by Bolter, 55 out. Downstairs to Lex on the boundary, Bob Jane.
Gee, if you could read his facial expressions, he does not look comfortable. Straight down to the brooms for Oscar.
Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T's and C's apply.
Here's Hoff, about 80 metres out. Not sure whether to give the hand pass or kick it. In the end, he just hand passed out to a bit of open space. Gaff was there to save the day. He hand passed backwards and McGovern fell over. Gathered in the end, Brioli. He'll kick it further afield to Pickett's. Pickett's hand pass to the feet, though, of Dusty, and Dusty's good enough just to gather. Settle himself. Chip towards Bolton, and Bolton takes a great mark. How good was the kick? It was over the top of an Eagle and a Tiger into a running Bolton, who will be only about 35 out, kicking for goal.
Just overusing at West Coast at the moment. They had an opportunity to go inside forward 50. Maybe with Oscar Allen not being there, they've got no confidence in their key forwards. But sometimes you just got to win the territory battle. That's what Richmond do so well for a long time now. And then if you're going to turn the footy over there and you can't defend like you haven't in the first quarter, this is what's going to happen to you.
So Bolton's already kicked one. And he goes and tries to kick for his second, but he's not happy with it. Just shrugged his shoulders and turned away. He didn't even want to look. 2-7-19 the Tigers. 1-1-7 the West Coast Eagles. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
He's a much better shot when he doesn't have to think about it, Bolton. When he's on the fly, on the run, and then suddenly he's had a couple of set shots where he has got a very laconic goal-kicking style anyway, but just leant back on it again.
This is as bad a set shot goal-kicking I've seen here by the Tigers.
So Richmond forces a turnover at halfway. Hand pass comes out wide to Ross. And they go wider again. And strong tackle laid out there. Really good work. Turnover. The Tiger might be injured too. Cutting inboard now is Chesser. He kicks. A heap of Tigers there. Marrick from behind forces a spoil. Coming through was Hewitt. Petreski-Seaton tried to pick it up. Went without it. Turnover. Now Graham kicks forward for the Tigers. Dusty's out here. Out the back, just slows things up, then running past Rioli. Normally such a good kick. That was a shocker. Goes along the ground, picked up by Pickett. Found Bolton, back to Pickett. Tries to do a 360 spin. He did. He's tackled. Just got rid of it though. And now Shuey hand passed off to SBS.
They're out here, West Coast.
Certainly. Darling inside 50. Give it to him, Barrick. He kicks it long. Darling has to stand against 2. He does, the big man. 2 closing down on on the king, and he holds on to a big grab. 45 out, Jack Darling.
Oh, and this can really hurt Richmond right now because they have dominated this game so far with the inside 50 entries, but they just haven't been able to kick straight. 2 goals, 7. And suddenly they come through the middle of the ground. Richmond, like they have been doing, pressing up as we see Nathan Broad limping off the ground. We'll go down to Pest shortly.
So Darling will kick from 45 for 500s. Sends it on its way and hits the post. We have to wait a few more moments for the milestone. Come on, Jack. That was your time.
What's going on with the goal kicking today?
1-2-8.
Absolute perfect conditions for football. No excuse, Lock.
2-7-19 the Tigers, 1-2-8 the West Coast Eagles. Nearly 5 gone, Tommy.
So Vlosten plays on. Kicks long with McGovern. Just got Rewalt out of the way and marked it. Sun's in his eyes, though. Just forward of the wing. Now plays on. Just going to kick it long. Inside 50. Here comes Jack. Couldn't mark. Punched away from him. Taken there by Taranto. Cripps grabs him up. Ball spills free. Hands and knees for Petrescu-Seaton. Little kick. Here comes Hewitt. Tries to burst his way through. Shows some pace. Drops the footy, though. Martin takes it. Cole grabs him. The ball comes out the front. Shuey. Plenty of time. Gave it to Witherden. Quick kick. Half volley. Petrescu-Seaton just dropped it. Just dropped the footy. Goes back. His kick went 3 metres. And then Sheed is smothered. What a great passage of play all around. The Tigers clear it. And it's marked inboard by Duggan. Plays on. 70 out. Gaff one-on-one. Couldn't mark it. Ball gets over the back. Bend over and pick it up. He does. Young for the Tigers. Kicks to space. And Witherden's going to pick it up for the Eagles.
He does. He can lob a hand pass to Hoff. Half forward Hoff. Got Rioli running him down, but got the kick away. Inside 50 it goes. And Cripper has taken the mark. Jamie Cripps from 50 out. Broad down into the rooms as well. So plenty going on the boundary for Bob Jones team. Arts will check in on Lex very soon, but Jamie Cripps with a chance to trim this margin.
1 goal, 6 today from set shot mark. So 1 goal, 6 on a day that's perfect for footy.
Yeah, this man's pretty good though, isn't he? The
this
distance will be the
test.
one. Yeah, he's on the angle where the 50 meets the boundary. Jamie Cripps sends it on its way and it's hit the post. Can you believe it? Shakes his head. We're all shaking it all around the stadium. 139 plays 2-7-19. Lex on the boundary. Bob Jones team.
Oh!
Nathan Broad just came off. The trainers were assessing his left knee, so down to the rooms.
And as that happened, turnover, and Ryan Marrick's marked it. 30 out, slight angle. And the youngster just has to kick this.
Oh, drop punt it, young man.
He's going to snap it, and he's, 20 degrees.
Oh, he's a good kid, this one. I do like his set shot kicks, but whatever he does, he should just go back and kick it.
Not sure about the haircut. And Ryan Marrick steps around and kicks it. So a couple for the Eagles, mistake from the Tigers. And they go up to 2-3-15 Richmond, 2-7-19. The margin back to 4 points. And we have gone 7 minutes in the second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Downstairs to Lex. Bob Jane.
West Coast head physio has just run down to the race, maybe for Oscar. She's just come back out, but she looked like to be in a hurry, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Lex, yeah.
What does that mean, Lex?
I'll leave that with you, Embers.
She's been busy. That's
very
the job
good
not to have.
So Ruben Ginby's come out in his tracksuit, so with a limp on.
Right, so it's 4 points the margin. Make sure you check out Ream Hot Water because they're built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. And for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. We're all over it here this afternoon. It's been an entertaining game as Sheed receives it, gives it off to Gaff. We'll get his red Zeds in a moment as he kicks out towards the wing. Hunt, haven't called or heard of him so much as Petrescu-Seaton. First possession, was it? This is Kelly, juggled it, got away the hand pass nicely. Cripps nearly ran into trouble, but lobbed one over to Kelly, who then hand passes inside 50 or Hunt. He ran into a brick wall as he tried to bend down and pick that one up. 45 out from the Eagles' goal. We're going to have a ball up Lex on the boundary one more time. Lex, your microphone, we just need a new battery, I reckon, to put in because the energy is going to run out of it.
Oh, it might, and I might be playing very soon. But Oscar Allen's just come back out. He was shaking around his left wrist, but he looks to have his shoulders restrapped too. But hopefully he will be back out there soon.
So Tim Kelly just inside forward 50. Gave it to Sheed. High kick. Marrick's coming. He'll punch away though. Doing some good work down there. Rioli. Turnover. Kick towards goal. It's going to miss from Williams to the left-hand side. So the Eagles causing a bit of chaos down inside 50. 2-4-16. They trail by 3 points.
And Locke, you've asked, I'll deliver for you. Andrew Gaff's had the 6 disposals, 2 kicks, 4 hand balls. 5 uncontested. Yeah, I thought it was 5 contested. It was all uncontested.
You were in shock for a moment.
Yeah, I was in shock. Uncontested.
Ball's out on the far side. Another possession coming Kelly's way. He kicks it inside, attacking 50. Williams was way behind and reading it nicely. Vlosten, he'll go by hand. So the Tigers will work it out of their defensive half of the ground by hand pass. The kick will come towards the wing, and McGovern read it. He overran it in the end, had a bit of a juggle. Chess up, went in to help him out. Now he's caught in a tackle, not going anywhere. A ball up on the logo here, wing position.
Better quarter by the West Coast Eagles. They're starting to win some footy and get the game played in their forward half, and that's what's allowing their backs to be able to at least come up and set up behind the football like Richmond did in the first quarter.
Torpedo up towards half forward. It's Witherden up against Revolt. They wouldn't be liking that matchup, the West Coast Eagles, but anyway.
And, Zafe, I reckon you're spot on. Oscar Allen's about to come back on.
Yeah, I thought he'd just get that shoulder taped up and away he goes. He's ready to go. He's waiting to come back on. As we speak, Tim Kelly's been huge this quarter. 6 disposals, 3 inside 50s.
Ball thrown back into play. 3 points is the Tigers' lead, and we've got a high tackle advantage. Kick inside 50. Good defence from Barris. Just got the fist there in front of Revolt. Now it's with Shuey. The skip up, 45 out from He stubbed his toe.
He's kicked the ground.
Oh, the shoey into the ground, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
He tapped his knee too then to say, I think it might have come off my knee.
We'll throw it back into play. 3 points is the Tigers' lead. We've travelled now 10 minutes in this second term.
Just joining us, Oscar Allen looked like his wrist was about to fall off. Went down to the rooms. Now he's about to come back on. So boundary thrown at half forward for the Tigers, and Prestia kicks inside 50, and strong mark. Rewalt has been quiet, used his body very nicely against Barris. Has marked at 20 out. Pretty sharp angle though. I reckon he'll run around and snap this.
He kicked this 10 times out of 10, Rewalt.
10 out of 10, you reckon?
Yep.
Considering the day we've had?
He'll kick it. He doesn't miss. He's a star.
So Jack Rewalt, 1-2 steps, runs around, snaps, goals. Too easy for the veteran. The Tigers finally have their third. 3-7-25, West Coast 2-4-16, 12 gone in the second term. A Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade, here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
The West Coast have had 9 inside 50s this quarter to Richmond's 5, so they've been on top. First quarter was a domination to Richmond. They just couldn't get it done on the scoreboard, but a little bit unfortunate there for West Coast because they were holding on. You go back only 30 seconds earlier, Shuey has the chance, he stubs his toe, the ball stays around the area, and Richmond good enough to clean up the scraps.
What West Coast didn't do well then is that they hunted, they had 3-1, so if you cannot impact that contest, then you just got to cover the most dangerous. And what happened was, Shuey went, Kelly went, Dom Sheed went to the one player. They flicked it out the back, and then they were able to go inside forward 50 under no pressure.
There goes Embers, Seabus Super making hard work pay off. As we've got a free kick in the middle of the ground. Oscar Allen back on, and Nathan Broad also for the Tigers. So Jimby, the only real serious injury, and we hope it's just a little minor one as Rioli runs around the back and can create something. He just ran through the centre square, chipped it inside 50, and Jack's on the lead. That's Revolt, and he's a chance to kick his second in as many minutes.
It's a little bit too easy there. Give a free kick away, and then Mids just run back. No one in the hole. And more times than not, Rewalt's going to be on the hit up. They should have done better there to stop that West Coast.
Oh, there's a man. So if you had a bloke standing for Richmond inside attacking 50, what's the one man that you wouldn't want?
Adam Simpson nearly came out of the box to Manny Martin. Dusty Bloody Martin standing 40 out in the corridor. I mean, clever by Jack. Looked early, looked late.
And West Coast got to know too, Jack Rewald from sort of 55, he's a selfless player. He was always going to hit that one up.
So right on the 50, Dusty sends it on the way, and it's hit the post. Yep, just another poster. That's 3.
And they've all been
so far
on the inside of the post too.
Yep. 3-8-26 is the Tigers score. 2-4-16 the Eagles. 14 gone now in this second term.
Ahern plays on, kicks long. Wanted Marek, played for a free kick, nothing given. Comes up to Shuey, off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full. Daniel Rioli will take the free kick. Just defensive side of the wing. Lead by 10 points. Richmond, 3-8. Haven't bought their kicking boots though.
This man has. He's going at 100%. Daniel Rioli.
So Rioli kicks to a pack. Barris from the side. Got a fist to it and thumps it across the line. And throw it in. 75 out from Richmond's goal. Red Zeds on Daniel Rioli.
13 disposals, made 11 kicks, 2 handballs. Kicking efficiency 100% with 4 inside 50 on the Red Zed lending stats.
Busy off half back. Leads all comers. It's a boundary throw in taken by Cochin. And Shuey grabs him. Bit of late pressure from Jack Williams. The youngsters, I'll have it and I'll throw it up. Centre half forward here for the Richmond Footy Club. They lead by 10 points.
The ruckman to go at it. It's Williams up against Miller. Subiaco product in Miller at the Tigers. Here's Prestia. Goes back by hand to Cochin. Cochin kicks it inside 50. It was nearly perfect. Revolt read it. Couldn't grab it, but he's tapped it to his own advantage. Marlon Pickett stuffed him up, though. And the ball will be thrown back into play. Should have just kept out of the way, Marlon, because I think Jack was all over that one.
Jack was about to do something funky, wasn't he?
Yes.
It was going to be good.
So we'll throw it back in, 30 rounds. The ruckman, notice it's a little short. The tap doesn't go to anyone. Hands and knees. Shuey gave it to Chesser. High kick out towards the boundary. It could be all the way over. Yes, it is, but it's cleared it a little bit. Gives the Eagles a chance to reset things defensively as the ball comes back into play. And it's 3-8-26 the Tigers. The Eagles 2-4-16 from McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M Rocks Footy.
Tommy Cole with a match-up. Umpire whistle. Going to be a free kick to West Coast, I reckon, against Dusty Martin.
A bit happening here.
So I reckon he's whacked Witherden. A couple of West Coast players getting stuck into him, but I have to check it out in the Harvey Norman. Witherden went to go backwards. The umpire says you have to go back across the mark.
Not many were too keen to hang around and jostle with Dusty. They were pretty keen to give him a push and run off.
Yeah. Gaffy was the closest. He had nothing to do with it.
He jogged in. He jogged in.
He was like, I'm going to do something here. Yeah. But
well, what would you do, Embers?
Dusty, I'd leave Dusty.
Yeah. Got some been hanging out with Michael Gardner. Bit of a mentor role over there, Embers, for Dusty.
Yeah, they're good mates.
So kick to half forward for West Coast. Kelly did well, beat one and a second. Got it away to Gaff, to Marek, now to Darling. The kick dropped, one-handed effort from Williams. Should have been better, but gathered it well. Good second effort. The kick, not great though. Turned over and Bolter out of full back. Centre half back goes short to Cochin. Now into the middle of the ground. Bit of run. Rioli. Hand pass it off. Taranto. To Prestia. Now they can move forward fast, and they do. And Jack's got it. 50 out. Wheels and goes. Into the pocket. And just over the head of Baker. Should have gone back and had a set shot X.
Well, he knew Baker was there. Just a little bit too easy for them at the moment. Tommy Barras did well enough then to zone off as well. But I think Jake just needed to settle. Let Baker find a position where he could take an easy chest mark.
And sometimes up against sides like West Coast that you expected to beat, you start biting off a bit more than you can chew. They just got to go down to basics right now, Richmond.
As Baker kept it in play, but the hand pass was a loose one in the end by the Tigers. Cole gathered, he torpedoes it out of his defensive half. Loston says, I'll take that on the chest. So the Tigers back in possession. Told to play on. Will kick to the middle of the ground. Petreski-Seaton read it best. Open 50. Chips it out wide. Hewitt's the man that can gather. From 50. Oh, he's kicked it and missed it to the right-hand side. What was his options there?
The kick was too early to him. I would have thought Petreski-Seaton needed to wait for Hewitt to get inside 50 and put it out in front of him. Gave it to him. And allowed Vlosten to zone back into his space.
Yeah, I just reckon he could have just almost had a little look around and then gone, you know what, I'm going to chip the ball in front of myself and run onto it and show something because he's got good speed.
Ball's on the far side of the ground. The Tigers may make him pay here. Cochin, very creative. Look at his red Zeds because he's carving them up as well as Through the middle of the ground come the Tigers again.
8 disposals locked for Cochin.
Now a ball inside attacking 50. Barris once again a little flat-footed. At the back it goes. Bolton steams in, grabs the footy and he's missed from 15 outs.
Contagious.
We might go home at half-time.
Yeah. So they're now 3-9-27, the Tigers.
5
the
goals, 14.
5-17. It's still 10 points the margin as the kick-out will be marked by Barris.
We saw Hawthorn today. I think they were about 3 goals, 10, 12 at one stage.
To Barris short to Andrew Gaff. They come inboard. Hand pass to Shuey. Bit of pace. Kicks a wobbler.
What's going on with Shuey's boots today? He hasn't hit one yet.
Comes back to Hearn. He kicks to half forward. Had Petreski Seaton all by himself. Missed him. Turnover. And Broad has it.
It's like Shuey's had an injection and it's hit a nerve or something. Can't feel his leg.
The Tigers at half.
Munging it.
From Rioli comes in.
Rioli's missed the target.
This is awful footy. We thought the North.
And then how's he there in space by so much?
Go back and kick the goal.
Well, Tommy Barris ran to him and then he's thought, oh, well, no, I'm going to zone off.
Nah, Tommy sometimes gets confused. Just get your job done first and foremost. You know, his job on Jack Riewoldt, he'll beat Jack Riewoldt one-on-one.
Yeah, but in slow ball movement like that, how is
the best
Barris
forward in your opposition team
20 metres off Jack Riewoldt?
They were showing highlights to Americans that hadn't watched the game before. The Hawthorn North game is not going to be on the tape. I reckon most of this game won't be either. So Jack in the pocket, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
I'm 2 minutes from another hot chip run if anyone wants some.
We might as well go home.
I'll tell you what, that was one of the worst passages of plays. And we've seen a few this year, but that goes down as probably the worst.
So they're 3-9 with a few out of bounds on the full. They lead by 10 points, 21 gone in the second term.
Gee, the commentary's been good, though. The kick-out marked by Darley.
I don't even think we've been good either,
No, we've been polished, X. They're delivering this crap and we're keeping it entertaining. The tongue in my cheek as Witherden has it. His kick will bounce in front of Hoff. He's got two coming at him. Took some time to get rid of the footy. Cripps had to jump high. Defender from behind. Pushed it over the boundary line and will throw it back into play. So pause again. Eagles fans a little frustrated. It's filled up the touch now up the stadium. A little concerned pre-game, but the fans have come out in force, hoping for a win for West Coast. They're trailing at the moment by 10. Williams thumps it to the boundary again. Edges its way towards the top of the attacking 50, but we'll throw it back in. Still around 20 metres away before we can get another inside 50 for the Eagles. Williams against Soldo on this occasion.
Hit-outs locked 23-6, favouring Richmond. Clearances, though, 13 apiece.
A little bit of holding on there. Williams tried to grab it himself. Here's Shuey. Can he get it on the boot? It's probably not a great option after the last couple. He gave it off by hand to Cripps. The Cripps kick inside attacking 50. Good defence. Bolter. Strong as ever up against Oscar Allen.
Dusty Martin's been left behind here, Lock.
Yeah,
he's hurt himself.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Grabbing that right ankle.
So we'll throw it back into play. Still 10 points the margin. It's the Tigers leading the way. 22 gone in this second term.
So Williams up against Soldo. Williams takes it cleanly out of the ruck. Hand pass went to nobody. Kelly just runs past it. McIntosh, little toe poke.
Has to be.
Gaff could have picked it up.
Had to be.
What are Andrew Gaff's stats on the Red Zeds, X?
Andrew Gaff currently having a reasonable day. 10 disposals, 3 kicks, 7 handballs. That's deliberate.
He's had 8 in this quarter too, Gaffy, so he's leading the way for West Coast.
So boundary throw-in, taken by Cripps, 40 out. Went for a banana. Doesn't come back, though. Be marked by Bolter. He's been super.
Bolter has been a super... 5 disposals.
He's one-on-one against Oscar.
Hang on. Did you get a little someone in your ear on that occasion?
Nah.
Oh, no. All right, just testing.
When he said super, you start at the top. I didn't expect to get 75% of the way down the list to see his name.
I thought there was going to be a pun, some kind of Superman or something.
Yeah. Ball thrown back in, sold up, trying to do it all himself. Quick hand, sees it into the hands of Williams for West Coast. Kicks high, up towards the congestion. Hewitt attacked it rather aggressively, but probably not a great option in the end. Here's Gaffey. He's inspired.
Oh, Gaffey.
The super sub.
Give it back to him.
He's going to get it again. Got a little 1-2 going.
Great
Short
kick,
pass is
Gaffey.
all right. He wants it back. Give it back to him.
He'll kick the goal of the year now if he links up and gets on the end of this.
Through his defensive 50, Barris, the seed. It might be just what he needed. Just a little bit of a bit embarrassed.
Those legs don't move as well as he used to.
He would have been on the other side of the ground by now.
Here's Kelly. Through the middle he goes. Kicks inside 50. Darling can't hold on to the mark. Hewitt after it. Love his aggression. Forces the ball over the line. That Harvey Norman contest before from Hewitt. He's a tough boy. He's going to be a good player.
He is. I like the way that he goes about it. Just on Andrew Gaff watch at the moment. He's on all fours. He's absolutely...
He's gassing it.
He's already had 12. Had 6 last week against Brisbane.
Yeah, he started 10 minutes into the game as well.
Man on a mission. So boundary throw-in. Loston tries to force his way through and almost got into the back of his Eagles teammate down there, Elijah Hewitt. Umpire says it's fine. Downstairs, Bob Jane T-Mart selects.
Tommy Cole's just come off. He looks a little bit sore. He's not grabbing anything just yet, so let's hope he's all right. But he does look very sore at the moment.
Inside the Eagles 50, taken by Prestia. He's wrapped up. Marek dives on him. Ball it up. 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Richmond by 10 points, 25 gone in the second term. Lockie Reed, Xavier, Ellis, Andrew Wembley and Tommy Atkinson. Here's Lock.
Cotchin gives it over to a teammate in Hopper. His kick was along the line towards the boundary line, and Revolt's happy to see it over the line as he ran, grabbed it, and then just threw it back to the boundary umpire. So 3-9-27 plays 2-5-15. 10 points is Richmond's lead. Kicking been... Well, that goal has been very ordinary. Williams from behind taps it down. Hunt can charge onto it and kick it inside 50. Allen was out of position. And once again, the Tigers defenders, Bolter takes a good mark to McIntosh, can kick it along the line. It had to go on his left. He's turned it over. Hoff's having a pretty decent game for West Coast.
Yes, coming off the back of a very good performance on Charlie Cameron last week. That was just a bad kick from the Tigers coming out. And Hoff, right place, right time. Andrew Gaff.
Here's Gaff again.
11th disposal this quarter for Gaff.
And he kicks inside, attacking 50. Bolter over the top, whacks it down. Kelly, slow to get rid of it, but his hand pass will miss the target in Cripps. And Cripps is caught in a tackle. Umpire says, give it to me. So where's he sit at the moment? Game high, Gaff.
The game high at the moment. Gaffey's had 13 disposals. Daniel Rioli's had 15. Tim Kelly's had 14 on the Triple M Reds Atlantic stats.
Not bad when he came on about 10 minutes in, X-Man.
Yeah, just a little bit of sting out of the game.
Yeah, okay.
You called 30 Lock. He's up well and truly on his way.
I reckon he'll get 30 today. So that's if he can actually get through this quarter, because he's struggling. He's puffing a fair bit at the moment. 3-9-27, the Tigers, 2-5-17. The Eagles are inside, attacking 50 for West Coast.
It's a ball up. Darling and Soldo. Soldo won it. Bolton at the back. Just ran past the footy. Taken down and then by Soldo. Oh, he's just stripped to the footy. Long out to Shuey. That's almost a throw. Ends up with the man Gaffey again inside 50. Allen couldn't mark. Gets out the back. Now 1-2. Grimes. Graham. Little hand pass off. They've got plenty of time though. And they can get it out wide from Broad. And here's Rioli all by himself. Has an absolute paddock. Kicks it out in front. Strong mark. Here's Dusty. Just shrugged off that little lower leg injury. Plays on quickly. Comes inboard all by himself, standing there. Mark's been taken by Liam Baker. 40 out. All too easy.
Much too easy. West Coast there on the outer side. There was a good switch from the Tigers. They've had entries at the moment, the Eagles. They just can't get any connection with their forwards. Bolter's won some really important one-on-ones in this quarter on Oscar Allen. And then on the outer side, they tried to press up Hunt. And once you press, you've got to impact. They didn't, and that's what's caused this overlap.
Liam Baker in his new role as a forward. He had one shot and goal, didn't make the distance. This one straight through the middle. Finally, someone kicks straight. 4-9-33 for the Tigers. West Coast 2-5-17. Their margins out to 16. 28 gone in the second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work, Lock.
You know how we talk about a lot of players from WA that are playing in the East that West Coast should chase? He's the one I'm putting at the top of my list.
It'd be the most expensive, though, even if he went on the open market.
I think he signed a fresh deal.
All 17 clubs could get up.
In the
I reckon he'd be the most expensive player.
Well, he's just...
So you took Baker. I think they're talking about him being potentially next captain at Richmond.
Oh, man.
So I thought you were talking about Bolton. I think there were suggestions of Baker being next leader at the Tigers.
He's a super player.
Clean as a whistle, does the role, tough as nails.
Not sure half forward is his position, though.
Nah, I like him back. But
yeah, me too.
So we're back in the middle. Tigers just stretched that lead to 16 points now. A little dangerous for West Coast as we approach half-time. A little over a minute to go. And throw it up again, just inside still the centre circles as Williams trying to throw his weight around. A high kick from Taranto up towards half-forward. Fisted away by Duggan. Out after it was Dusty, just tapped it to his own advantage. And then tapped it further afield to Bolton, who can finish with a wobbler. No. It'll bounce away from the goals. Chesser under pressure. Hand passes to the boundary. And with it, and is pushed over the line. We'll throw it back into play.
He could have 5 goals.
Yeah,
Bolton.
It's pretty handy play from...
He nearly had 100 shots at goal last year. He kicked nearly 40-40 or something and shanked a few out in the full.
There's 1-3 today, and that one then from 20 metres out did make the distance.
So Williams shoved him out the way, and he's given away a free. Soldo will take the free. We'll have a look on the Harvey Norman whether he's got it right. Get 22% off the package price when you purchase a TV and a sound bar from the same brand in the one transaction. Hurry, ends Sunday at Harvey Norman. What are we thinking right now?
Absolute shocking decision by the umpire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's completely butchered that. Non-controlling umpire, he guessed.
So Simo's walked away.
He's had enough.
Yeah, he said, no, I'm going to go to the rooms early, as Soldo will have another crack at goal.
He's zipping 2, Soldo.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit easier.
So a kick from about 45. Slightish angle. Takes his time. No stutter on this occasion, which is promising signs, and he just smacks it straight through, right on the siren. 2 big goals to finish the half for the Tigers. They hold a very handy lead right now. It's 22 points, 5-9-39 to the Eagles, 2-5-17. So much to talk about. Stay with us for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Imagine if you didn't have me in your life.
My God. James Brayshaw and Billy Brownless.
Be boring, you'd never smile or laugh. You'd be up yourself.
2 best friends driving you home.
During the holidays, bloke comes up to me and says, he's not right, Bill.
No.
I said, what do you reckon I've been saying for 20 years? Well, how come you don't believe me? When I say he's not right, it's because
he's not right.
He ain't right.
Triple M's Rush Hour. Back tomorrow from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. And catch the boys anytime on the Listener app.
This is Bruno driving to the footy. And this is his cheap insurer reading the policy fine print.
Clause 9D of your car insurance says you're not covered for thingamybobs.
Thingamy-bobbed at claim time? Beware bargain insurance regret, Bruno. Choose Amy instead. Who pays out over 99% of motor claims? Amy does.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Acceptance rate for the 12 months up to 30 September 2022. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the TMD and PDS at amy.com.au and consider if it's right for you.
Earthworks are better with Command Machine Control. Dig to your digital plan with surgical precision. Eliminate the chances of rework. Reduce surveyor costs and get real-time remote tech support. Command's UniControl turns a novice into a pro from the get-go. If you're not using UniControl to move dirt, you need to talk to the boss. UniControl. It's machine control made simple. From Command with a K.
If you're an electrician, builder or interior designer, Beacon Trade is your partner, adding value to your business, supporting your need for early starts and last-minute deliveries. Sign up to partner with Beacon Trade and together, let's make light work.
Look
Looking for an affordable quality used car in Melbourne?
Mannheim's physical auctions are back. Bid and buy in person every Wednesday at Altona from 10 a.m. So come on down to Mannheim Auctions and check out the large range of used vehicles on offer every week. With ex-government, business, fleet vehicles and more in our weekly auctions, you'll be sure to find a quality used car that suits your budget. View the full range at mannheim.com.au.
LMCT 8588.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Is your new home or renovation running over budget? National Tiles is here to help. Yes, National Tiles is checking and locking down prices on many of our popular tiles at more than 20% below the market every day of the year. That's right. Get your new home or renovation back on budget with National Tiles checked and locked prices and save more than 20% below the market every day of the year. So rush into National Tiles now and save.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
In 2023, Triple M rocks footy.
We're excited.
Temper, a mattress like no other, aiding in players' rest and recovery. Discover Temper at temper.com.au.
How good is that?
Seabus Super, making hard work pay off.
And they're going to be hard to beat now.
Hard Yakka, for a new breed of legends.
They make it tough. They make it look good like me.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Our favourite tune at Wild Turkey is the one that comes from within. It led Jimmy Russell to perfect our one-on-one bourbon. Where will your song take you? Over 18s only. Drink responsibly. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. Get in, get out, get on with it at Mitre 10 Trade.
22 points the margin here at Optus Stadium. The Tigers just with 2 late goals to hold on to that advantage. 5-9-39, they lead the Eagles 2-5-17. Poor kicking at the moment for both teams, so that's 14 scoring shots and just the 39 points for the Tigers. And Andrew Embley, the Eagles 2-5-17, so Tigers probably should be 30-40 in front after all the opportunities they've had in front of goals.
Certainly in the first quarter they dominated possession and just couldn't kick straight. West Coast have had their chances, especially the first half of that second quarter. They were able to go inside forward 50, but again, just weren't able to find a target. And I thought Bolter was really good back there to be able to take some good intercept marks and had some good one-on-ones against Oscar Allen. But both sides, the skill level, for a day that is absolutely perfect for football. They've just butchered the footy. Definitely Richmond in front of goals when you think about the opportunities that they have had. 14 scoring shots, 5 goals, 9, and really should be further in front. So their pressure certainly early was good, and that did force West Coast into the turnover, and their ability to be able to then go really quickly. Richmond, West Coast weren't able to defend, but again, they weren't able, Richmond, to be able to hit the scoreboard and put West Coast away. So it's been a pretty tough first half to watch, no doubt about that. West Coast certainly had some moments, but again, they just got to find targets inside forward 50. Right now, Oscar Allen, he came off early in that second quarter. We thought he might have broken his arm, and he miraculously appeared.
Got some magic spray.
Yep.
Magic spray.
So he's back out there, but he's been certainly well beaten by Bolter. Jack Darling's been very quiet. So they just got to find a way. There's their 2 key forwards to start taking some marks in this second half, because right now, if they don't, and whilst Richmond haven't taken their chances, you think with the abundance of forward 50 entries that they have had, then the game will eventually open up for them.
This is the halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. Get in, get out, get on with it. Mitre 10. I've got to pump up a little bit more. My man Tav over in Melbourne, he lives in Lancelin, and he said,
yes,
I sound a little flat. I need to...
Is he watching the game, Locke?
Well, I'm not sure.
What does he want you to do, Locke?
We need to lift a little bit more, okay? So we've got to lift in this second half. We're going to get absolutely loud.
Shannon Knoll.
Exactly right. Hey, some MRO stuff coming through.
So Carlton's Jordan Boyd straight to the tribunal. A ban of up to 3 weeks for a dump tackle on Darcy Byrne-Jones last night, graded as careless, high contact and severe impact. And Josh Rochelli's the interesting one. So he lost the plot a little bit, just threw a punch out of nowhere. 2 games for Josh Rochelli, so a big blow for Adelaide, who of course are trying to make a run for the top 8. He'll miss games against Melbourne and Port Adelaide if he accepts that ban.
Choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it. So interesting little round of footy, wasn't it? I mean, the Friday night game was one of the great games.
Best game of the year.
Don't know how Melbourne actually got over the line. I almost turned off the TV, Embers, midway through that third quarter. Collingwood made a mess of Fremantle, Gold Coast and St Kilda. Well, Gold Coast got the chockies there, little surprising.
No, I thought they were going to win that game. Yep. Saints are just going at the moment. I don't think... even Ross the boss said, I think that they'll struggle next week. They got North, maybe he said. Yeah. I think they're battling. Forward line's a bit thin, so I wouldn't be surprised if they fell out.
And the Blues, well, they got the points big time over Port Adelaide. That was a really impressive performance.
Big Harry, though, that's going to be a big loss for the Blues in their charge towards
finals.
Said
it's not an ACL, though. So that's
similar to last year. I think it was meniscus or whatever it was, but that's going to be a fair bit of time out.
And are the caddies back?
I think they are.
Yeah.
Tom Hawkins is pretty good for a 35-year-old, isn't he?
He is a terrific player. The Giants got over the top of Adelaide earlier today. It was North Melbourne losing to Hawthorn. Your team.
Yeah, I'm not
the Hawks,
surprised, mate.
On a roll.
Well,
North Melbourne aren't going.
I was going to say we're not. We didn't beat up on too much, but. A couple of sides that are battling it out towards the bottom 4.
Interesting game in a couple of weeks' time. West Coast taking on North Melbourne out here.
Do you think it'll be interesting?
Well, I just don't know if both sides really want to win that one.
No, I don't think they do. Next week's the big game, isn't it? Is it Saturday night? Port Adelaide and Collingwood. That's going to be a beauty.
Well, if Port don't have players come back, and Butters yesterday, they'll get busted open by Collingwood, no doubt there.
It is in Adelaide, so maybe a chance there for the Power.
How good at Collingwood? I'm envious of Collingwood supporters. I'm envious of it. It's so good to watch.
Yeah. Amy Clangers, who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does.
This big Soldo. The sexy man X. Got the mo.
You reckon?
The mullet flowing. He's a modern-day man, and he kicks an absolute shocker. Like a pitching wedge into the pocket.
How about the suspense? The way that he went back on the Dennis Lilly run-up, I was thinking, clearly, he's going to kick this ball 4 rows back. That was a pitching wedge.
Didn't make the distance.
There we go. Would he be in your top 5 or so around
the modern day look?
The sexies on the Tigers.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't be top 5.
Wouldn't be top 5 at the Tigers?
No.
Really?
Who's your top 5 at the Tigers?
Oh, no, just a quick casting my eye over it really quickly. I mean, Rioli, Taranto, Dusty, Bolton, Cochin.
The coach should be up there too. He's a good-looking man, the coach.
Little Mini.
Yeah, a Mini.
Is he? Oh, there you go. I've rattled off 6 that probably. Yeah.
And did you say you played with Andrew?
No, I was under 16s playing under 18s. He was the under 18. No. So he was the person you looked up to, Vic Country captain at the time, Gippsland Power. Very good footballer. Tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Very good. All right, we're going to talk more about this game. We're going to hear from the ex.
Daily?
Hey, do you write them out? So Beast got a whole list.
Just shoot from the hip. See where I land.
We'll see if you stuff it up or not. It is 22 points to margin. Tigers lead it here at Optus Stadium for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. Get in, get out, get on with it at Mitre 10 Trade.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, featuring Marty Sheargold.
I'm a hot-blooded guy.
A real ladies' man.
Hello, Alicia. Oh, someone's turning left. Alicia's left the car. She's jumped out. She's had a gutful.
Oh, sorry, I'm here.
Oh, hello, Alicia. How are you, sweetheart?
Kickstart your day with a laugh. Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, 6 to 9 weekdays on Triple M.
I think that went pretty well.
Yeah.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Pepper Money's no-fee personal loan options.
Sometimes you just need to get things sorted right now. Consolidating your debts, getting a reno done or fixing the car. Pepper Money offers fast, easy-to-apply loan options with no fees.
If you're looking for no fee, no surprise personal loan options, talk to your broker or talk to us. Pepper Money, the home of loan options. Terms, conditions and loan eligibility criteria apply. Australian Credit Licence 286655.
Rugby's greatest rivalry returns to Melbourne. Following last year's sellout, be there and send off your Wallabies before they leave Australia for the Rugby World Cup. It's the Wallabies against arch rival the All Blacks at the iconic MCG.
That is amazing from the Wallabies!
Be there when Eddie Jones's men in gold seek to reclaim the Bledisloe Cup on Saturday, July 29. All in, all together. Tickets are selling fast from Ticketek.
Power up your winter with the hero offer from Nature Bee. Get 6 months supply of Power Pollen for just $160, and as a bonus, we'll include a pack of Propolis lozenges. It's a saving of $25. Boost your immune defences and save money. Call 1-800-147-009 or visit powerpollen.com.au to order your hero offer now. powerpollen.com.au. Call 1-800-147-009. Power Pollen. Power up your winter.
At Bunnings Trade, we're committed to delivering the lowest prices all year round. It's what we do. We work hard to bring you the lowest prices on our huge range of trade quality products and brands like Makita, DeWalt, AEG, Paslode and more. And if you do find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we won't just match it, we'll beat it by 10%. Conditions apply. See website for details. Talk to our trade specialists in store or call Trade Assist on 134872 for sourcing products, stock availability, fast quotes and delivery. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
Want to know what 10 grand sounds like? Bundaberg Rum have given a few NRL legends golden bears to hide in cans of Bundy Rum. Find one and you'll score 10 grand. There are also thousands of NRL prizes to be won. So, where's the bear? Just follow Bundaberg Rum on Facebook and Instagram to find out.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Absolutely. Off the stadium is where we're at. 5-9-39. The Tigers, they lead the West Coast Eagles 2-5-17. The Beast is unavailable for selection this afternoon. Unfortunately, the great man he's sort of Hollywood bound, you'd have to say. He's an actor. And he's up in Derby doing a film, so you're now doing the dual role. He did send me a text saying X has been too good. Just woo it back, big fella. Or I'll sit on you.
All right, I'll pull it right back. What do you want, Like? You want a couple of numbers?
Yeah, give me some leaders and all the...
All right, well, let's start with West Coast. Tim Kelly, 14 disposals, 5 clearances, 6 inside 50s. On a triple-double watch there, actually, Tim Kelly. Gaffey's had the 14 touches, coming on a sub early with Ruben Jimmy being subbed out with that hamstring. Dom Sheed's had 11. Luke Shuey's had 10 disposals there for Richmond. Daniel Rioli, I think, has been best on ground. 15 disposals, 12 kicks, 3 handballs. Kicking efficiency 100% with 4 inside 50s. Tim Taranto's had the 13 disposals in a typical Tim Taranto fashion, tackling and contested. Dusty's been pretty good, although he's kicked the 2 behinds, had 12 disposals. Bolton's had 1 goal, 3 to go with 12 disposals. Just a couple that you don't want to know, Lock. Oscar Allen, big duck egg. Hasn't felt the leather.
Hasn't touched the footy.
Hasn't
Oscar
felt
Allen.
the leather. No, Oscar.
Is that right?
Yeah, 0. There you go. Anyway, inside 50s favouring Richmond at 30-22. Hit-outs favouring Richmond 29-10, but clearances 20-16 favouring the Eagles. So domination in the hit-outs, but not converting it to clearance.
Any metres gained, mate, that you could throw in there? Or
metres gained. Well, mate, do you want to know who the number 1 metres gained player is on the green? Well, that's pretty easy because you go straight to Daniel Rioli. You don't even need to set that up.
Right.
Daniel Rioli, 323 metres. He's leading it, of course, for the Tigers. And Tim Kelly's 282 metres gained for the Eagles.
All right, and how was your chips and gravy? Rate them out of 10.
Probably a solid 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
No good. The party pie's no good either. So, anyway, I've got dinner with the kids tonight anyway, so I didn't want to eat anything. So,
The big question is, X, how's the back? Had an epidural?
Right.
Yeah, back's okay.
Good for golf?
I need to get out there and have a whack. New driver.
Just carrying that Hawthorn team in 2008, it's taken its toll, eh?
No, I'm just a fat bastard.
Hey, bit of under 18 news. Like, I know this interests probably nobody in this room, but Harley Reid had 24 and 11 clearances today in the Vic matchup.
Okay, so it was Vic Country and Metro.
Nick Watson kicked 4. He'll be probably a top 5 pick.
Bit of talk
and
about
the young Dursman boy kicked 4 as well.
Wow, okay.
Key forward.
All the big targets standing up on the big stage. 6-2 last night, West Ham and the Perth Glory. So they kicked just as many goals.
Glory. Was there a game here last night?
Yeah, there was a game here, mate. Yep, Tottenham will play West Ham on Tuesday night.
Less than this.
A little less, yeah.
Tottenham sold out?
I don't think it's sold out as yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they've still got a
Channel
little bit of
10
work
broadcasting that one?
Channel 10 will be looking after it.
Yeah, and you'll be calling
great
this?
football. Yeah.
Are you calling the soccer?
No, mate, I'm not calling the soccer.
Doing boundary, of course?
No.
You'll do something to get your head on screen.
Surely something.
No, I'll be just covering the news.
Hosting back in the studio?
No, I'll be here. Live news from the stadium as we build up to the big game.
Well, that's a disgrace. Channel 10, lift your game. we want
they
more.
wouldn't want to come to me.
We want more Lockie.
They wouldn't want to come to me for soccer. I have no idea. 5-9-39, the Tigers, the Eagles, 2-5-17. Can the Eagles get back into this game, members? This is the halftime break for Mitre 10 trade. Get in, get out. Get on with it at Mitre 10.
Oh, just quickly, I was watching Jacob Brennan there. He's the runner.
Yes.
And he was running off with Adam Simpson. He was chatting with Simo. I'd love to know what he was saying to Simo. Simo was just running off, just going, Breno, what are you talking about?
No, mate, Breno, I tell you what Breno's spewing today, because Jacob Brennan's the runner. Monkey Brennan, 92-94, vice-captain, West Coast son. He's been a bit shafted this year. He's been the runner in the games that have been kicking 30 goals against them. So he's been covering 10 to 15 Ks. And today, they had to go out 4 or 5 times. He hasn't got the pinks on.
Chris Marston's been the other runner. So there you go, a little unlucky.
Jeez, it's a poxy game, this one. Hopefully it lifts in the second half, and I think Richmond will run away with it.
They dominated in the second half last week against Sydney. And, of course, we are here for Titanium Caravans. Want to go anywhere? You'll need Australia's toughest off-road caravan. Titanium Caravans are purpose-built to tackle Australia's uncompromising conditions. They have everything you need to stay off-grid and off-road for longer. Look no further than a Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. 22-point lead to the Richmond Footy Club. All single goal kickers to Bolton, Pickett, Baker, Soldo, and Jack Riewoldt has one as well, while for the West Coast Eagles, singles to Bailey Williams and Ryan Marrick. Almost set here for the second half. Let's hope we get a better one up the stadium. Final game of the round. Here's Lockie Reid.
Sounds like Bolton 2 starting on the bench. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he's okay as we bounce the footy. Soldo gets first hands to it. Hewitt over the top of his opponent in Hopper. Hopper gets the hand pass away and they'll charge forward the kick from Prestia inside attacking 50. Martin takes the mark, plays on, kicks towards an open goal line. Hearn back there to try and save the day, and he rushes it through.
I reckon Dustin didn't know that he actually marked the footy.
The umpire's whistle was late.
Yes, the umpires paid the mark, and Dustin may have thought that McGovern got a touch on the footy, and that's the reason why he played on, because otherwise he would have been having a set shot 40 out.
23 points is now the margin.
So Hearn went to Duggan. Kicks to the wing. Grimes, though, gathered. Hand pass came inboard. Young ran past the footy. Taken by Shuey for the Eagles. Out in front of Gaff. Racking them up. Bit of vintage play from Gaff. And an ordinary kick out of bounds on the full in front of Oscar Allen at half forward.
0 possessions, X said, for Oscar Allen.
Has not touched the leather.
Unbelievable.
He's not touched it.
Hasn't had it in the fingertips.
Because he broke his wrist. Back out.
No, he has. When the bloke in the crowd threw it back to him and not Bolter in the first quarter.
It's the first time
he's touched
footy, you reckon?
He's been touched up by Noah Bolter. He kicks inboard. Long kick. Williams just jumped and missed it. That's Bailey Williams. Duggan gathered out the back. Gave it to McGovern. Kicks a high. Flower bag. Dangerous. Footy inboard. Shocking kick. Turnover. Rioli runs through the middle. Came inboard. Gave it to Prestia inboard again. Graham. Chip kick inside 50. And the mark's been taken down there by Ross, I think, and he's 35 out. Pretty easy angle and should go back.
I'm penciling this one in.
Punt this one through.
Have you ever had up to half-time 0 possessions, X?
Oh, as the sub.
I don't think 0. The ball's got to bounce into your hands, at least.
X has had more tubs of gravy
Yeah.
Then Oscar's had possession.
He has.
1. So Ross, normally a nice kick, and just turns away and kicks it straight through the middle. That's a better start for the second half for the Tigers. 6-10-46, West Coast 2-5-17. The margin stretches out to 29 points, and we've gone just 2 minutes here in the third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So turnover from McGovern, just under pressure, just kicks it to a dangerous part of the ground. And then again on turnover, as we've seen, West Coast, they've been caught ball watching a lot. And this particular time it was Jaden Hunt. So he's on Ross, and for some reason he just gets caught going to the contest, and the ball just gets kicked over his head. So wasn't good there by Hunt. He started the season very well, Jaden Hunt. Was finding plenty of the football. His last 6 weeks, he's been very, very poor.
Yeah. Two disposals today for Hunt, only the 2.
He has fallen away. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Looking after Embers and the X-Man. We're back in the middle. Kelly will kick up towards the top of the 50. The Tigers with the numbers and a lot of run. Rioli gave it off by hand to Bolter. His hand pass to the feet of Soldo. Not a great option as Soldo whacks it forward straight into Witherden, and it rolls over the line and out of bounds. Far side of the grounds.
So Hunt spent a lot of time. I think his best position's a wing.
Wing, out in space.
Yeah, he's gone to half back a little bit. I'm not sure where he's at the moment.
No, he's on the wing today.
So he's pushed onto the wing at the moment.
As the ball gets thrown back into play. Here's Shuey. Went one way and then decided to go the other because Cochin was there. The kick along the line marked by Broads.
Go back to that stoppage then. So he's the wingman, right, Hunt? Shuey wins the football. He's going backwards. Hunt should be getting the handball receive off Shuey. Lost his positioning whatsoever because he didn't actually move. So his positioning around the stoppage right then is costing him from getting himself involved in the game.
There's the man that won the 2006 Norm Smith medal. Seabus Super.
Well, you watch Andrew Gaff. He plays that sweeping role really well, and he knows straight away how to get that little handball received because of his positioning.
Ball thrown back into play. It's just hovering on the far side of the ground at the moment. Embers is up and about in this second half. There's been a big tackle laid, but no decision on this occasion to either side. So another ball up with it and slow to get up after the Soldo tackle.
Half forward for the Tigers. Soldo, double fister, out to space and then slapped towards the line in front of Hewitt and goes across. 60 out from the Tigers' goal. They lead by 29 points. 16 scoring shots to 7.
Shout out to my young fella Lux. He said, I'm listening to the football on Triple M, Dad, and I can hear you.
Good work,
so
Lux.
Good on you, Lux. Good work, mate. You kicked a couple of goals today playing for Swanbourne Tigers.
Beautiful. The Swanee Tigers. Good work from Lux. This is taken by Jack Rewalt, and that's very Lux-like. Nice little ball inside. McIntosh tapped it forward. Almost a volleyball little spike. Ends up here with Baker. Kick inboard. A bit too fancy.
Too cute. Way too cute.
Taken by Hoff. Gave it to Duggan. His kick along the line. Going to be a free kick, I reckon. No, it's gone out of bounds, so we'll throw it in. Baker just tried to be nice and fancy. Watching West Ham last night, so throw in, 30 out from goal. They lead by 29 points, 5.5 gone in the third.
Couple of fancy goals from Lux, was it? Or
he kicked a good one from the top of the goal square. That was good. And then he told me at three-quarter time that he kicked another one, which I missed.
Yeah. What, you weren't watching? Is the ball's inside attacking 50, gathered by Miller, kicks to the goal line. Standing start beauty. The big man stretches the margin even further. This is starting to look a little ugly for the West Coast Eagles. The Tigers 7-10-52 to the Eagles 2-5-17. They're stuck on 2-5-17. It is now 6 minutes gone, and that is on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. And make sure you fill up at full time with Macca's Angus range. Love a good Angus burger.
Yeah, love Macca's. They do such a good job. Might get one on the way home tonight.
Get one for Lux.
Get one for Lux. He deserves it. Yes.
So why did you miss the goal?
Because I was watching Van play, the other young fella. He kicked 4, he reckons.
It's not like you're...
Do I need to audit this, Ambers? Are
they telling you the truth,
And
Ambers?
then my daughter went and played basketball. They lost, but she
scored
25 points, she reckons. It's been a good day for the Ambulance.
And your wife, she went shopping and spent $500.
I know, she does that well.
So back in the middle. Kelly's worked hard, but just lost out to Prestia there. Hand pass, though, has been taken by Duggan. Oh, just Taranto. Just shoved him off the footy. Kicks towards goal. Oh, he's a good player. Tim Taranto nails it from 45. And Richmond have their 9th.
Poor old Duggo. It was just fighting out of his weight division there. Taranto just moved him out of the way. They've gone bang, bang, kick 2 in the space of about 30 seconds there. Richmond played, just scrapped the ball forward. Hopper couldn't get a disposal. Duggan picked it up, and then Taranto just threw him out of the way and grabbed it and kicked one from 50. Richmond are on a run here. This game could blow right open.
So 8 goals, 10, 58. West Coast 2-5, 17.
The margin really should be more if you think about the set shots. It should already be 10 goals.
They were hanging in there, West Coast. Richmond scored a couple of goals in the last couple of minutes off the second quarter, which they probably deserved. And right now, the game in this third quarter just opened right up. West Coast has been very insipid.
Lex in a moment as the bounce was an awkward one. Umpire falling over as well. Tigers with the footy. It's Hopper. He gets, taken high. Advantage rule play on. Here's another one coming up for the Tigers. A big kick towards goal. And Prestia says, I've got it. I've got it all under control from 50. This is getting ridiculous. 4 goals in about 4.5 minutes. It's like Friday night when the D's got home over the Lions. The Tigers 9-10-64. The Eagles 2-5-17. 7 goals straight for Richmond's.
Just at the moment, and West Coast, and I've said this a couple of times, around the contest they hunt, but they've got blinkers on. And it's all, when they give a free kick away or when they don't win the football at the contest, no one is defending. And Richmond players are just spitting out and they're getting on the end of it. And the only difference in this third quarter is that now they're making the most of their opportunities and hitting the scoreboard.
The 2-minute mark goal, 5-minute mark goal, 7-minute mark goal, 8-minute mark goal.
Yeah.
Floodgates.
4 goals in 6 minutes. The Eagles line up with Gaff, Sheed and Tim Kelly in the middle of the ground. So the old brigade trying to get the job done. The ball up. Solid won the tap. Here's Duggan. Just comes off half back, through the middle, kicks long, deep inside 50. Allen's over the back. Is Jack there? Can he pick it up and get goal number 500? He picked it up, but he fell over and he's tackled. 20 out from goal.
Both Oscar Allen, Jack Darling just not having an impact inside forward 50. That ball comes in. They've got to at least make a contest or get their hands to it.
So Bailey with him trying to take it out of the ruck. Quick kick came from the Tigers though. Here's Tommy Cole. He's leaked forward. Gave it to Kelly. Hand pass off. Pretty high for Sheed. And he's just jumped on. Tackled. And very lucky. The umpire says, I'll have it. I'll ball it up. 45 out from goal. They trail by 47 points. The Tigers with 4 quick goals in the third term.
So we're inside attacking 50.
Yeah, West Coast players just been thrown off the ball. It was Dom Sheedy, that stoppage.
And Dommy will take the free and kick from pretty much 50 metres out.
Well, they just need a bit of composure from their leaders right now because they've been beaten around the contest. McGovern's just trying to get a little kick.
Has he got the distance here, Dom? With it and sniffing?
Yeah, I think he's got the distance. So I think he can run to just inside 50 and just arc around on the left and kick it like he did in that 2018 grand final.
Straight in front, though, on this one. He kicks it long, won't make the distance. Might be rushed through. Marek nearly took it. Petreski-Seaton did well, gathered it. Hand pass to Cole. Good to see him back on the ground. His kick smothered. Great defensive effort by the Tigers once again. They're so good at doing that. The kick in the direction of Marlon Pickett. Tried to tap it to his own advantage, then fell awkwardly. Oh, great tackle laid by Revolt. With it and run straight at him. With ball in hand, Revolt stood up to the tackle, dragged him down, and will throw it up. 9-10-64, plays 2-5-17. Ruckman going at it. Good tap, though, to Cole for the Eagles, to Sheed. Goes by hand back to Cole. They're going backwards to Hearn. Hearn's hand pass will put Gaff under pressure. Rioli with the pressure, coming defensively. Gaff found Barris, who found Sheed, and then Sheed will be dragged 50 metres down the ground. He kicked it out wide towards Chesser, but the ball will come back into the Sheed's hand. And Sheedy will go, to the centre-half forward position?
Yeah, the umpire's going back.
So giving him a big 50.
It looks like he's giving him 75.
Attack. Yeah.
Very generous GST on the back of that.
So he was a good 10-15 behind the centre circle, and now he's inside attacking 50.
That's a
Ball's
very good
inside 50.
So on the back of his last kick, he's got the distance here, Dom Sheed. So
just run around a touch, give himself a little bit more power behind the boot.
Yeah, because his last kick from 50 just lacked a bit of penetration, so should be able to go and kick this for West Coast.
Do it like Lux. Embley is
God.
It might not make the distance. It'll be marked either on the line or it's through. It'll be marked by
Oscar.
Aussie.
Oh, Dom Sheed has kicked the ball like Andrew Gaff from 40.
They're going to have a chat about it. Did Aussie take his first mark of the game?
At least let him hold the pill while we wait.
12
it's a mark.
minutes
in. Underway.
The ball's got to fully be across the line.
Look at Aussie.
That's clearly a mark.
So he's a chance to kick a goal.
Looking at this angle, we can see the ball was controlled before crossing the back of the goal line. Decision on the scoreboard.
Oscar Allen will take it, but he'll be on a very tight angle. He'll be kicking from pretty much where the behind post is.
The way this game's going, Locke, this could go out of bounds.
We might catch it up here.
No, Aussie will nail this. He'll run around on the left and snap it through. Big O. Does exactly that. Finally a third goal for West Coast in the game. And a first kick for Oscar Allen. Good to see him back on after what looked like a serious wrist or elbow injury. 3-5-23 the Eagles. The Tigers 9-10-64. That's on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Noah Bolts would be disappointed with that. He's had the better of Oscar Allen all day, and he just switched off. He would have presumed that Dom Sheed was going to go back and kick the goal from 40 metres directly in front, and he allowed Oscar Allen to fly at that ball when he just didn't think that the ball was going to be marked in the field of play.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. As Miller won the tap, but taken by Hunt. Comes into the middle. Gave it to Gaff. His kick's a wobbler. Chesser kept it out in front of him, but smart work.
Chesser, you got to learn how to run in straight line.
Rioli did well. Ends up with Bolton. Hand pass out in front. Taranto. Now to Baker. Here they go. Oh, it's all too easy. The veterans just waxing lyrical. And Rewalt's marked it. 52 metres out, I reckon. They'll have to kick this. Not too bad an angle.
And that's the one for Campbell Chesser. Someone will show him that, but you've got to learn to be able to run in straight lines and get your body in front of the football, behind the ball. He's tried to reach out with one hand, expecting that contact was going to come. Turn the footy over, and it goes down the other way.
Siba Super making hard work pay off for members. Here's Jack. Has one. He's tugged it left. It's going to fall slightly short as well. G. Pickett tapped it back, kept it in, and Baker had a mid-air. Just missed to the left-hand side. So good work from Pickett. And Baker couldn't kick the goal. The Tigers 9-11-65. Their leads 42 points. Now we've gone 15 in the third term.
Sure pass is not bad from Hearn to Cole. A tough couple of years at it, Tom Cole, but he's on the ground. And
it's good to see him back.
Yep.
Good fella.
Premiership player Tommy Cole for the West Coast Eagles.
No fuss sort of guy.
Witherden kicks to the middle of the ground. Not sure about the mo for Tommy. But through the centre circle goes Hewitt. He's kicking it to the lead of Marrick. He had to go and lay the tackle in the end and then ended up with the footy. So somehow did the tackling and then fell onto the ground with the footy in hands. It was tricky stuff as we throw it up centre half forward for West Coast. Ball bouncing awkwardly for Hewitt. Tried to trap it. Gaff going to lay a tackle. And once again, another ball up. So Red Zeds for Gaffy again.
16 disposals, a lock for Andrew Gaff. 17 disposals for Andrew Gaff. 50% kicking efficiency.
So Hewitt tried to get through the congestion with a kick. Now it's with Williams. He had his kick smothered. Goes back to try and get it. Comes off the boot of a Richmond player. Good hands, Petreski-Seaton. He gets it off to Hewitt. A skyer towards full forward. Darling's charging at it. It ended up in the hands of Oscar Allen, but was off a couple of hands before that and was carried over the boundary line. We'll throw it back in about 2 around from West Coast goal there. Trailing at the moment, the Tigers are 9-11-65. The Eagles 3-5-23. 17 has ticked over in this third term.
So Miller and Jack Williams go at it. Girioli's been super. He's been everywhere. Just gathered it and hand-passed out in front of Young. He's kicked though, turned over. Shannon Hearn has it. He'll bomb this in. Surely just kick it 80, Shannon. Instead, goes short, lowers the eyes. Cripps has it on 50.
It was good by Hearn because Richmond had numbers back, and sometimes you can just get caught blazing away. He lowered the eyes, and Cripps was able to find a bit of space. He hasn't had a big impact on the game. Cripps, 10 disposals, not too bad.
Third game back for Jamie Cripps off that ankle injury, and he's kicked it awfully. Is that a word? Awful. To the left-hand side, out of bounds on the full. Surely they should start looking for Jack Darling. The king, Lock, your man.
Yes.
499 goals.
He's still stuck on 499 as the Tigers come to this broadcast side. Soldo all on his own takes a good mark. At right half back. 18 minutes now gone. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Soldo will kick it down the line. Tommy Barris charges at it, overran it though. Jack Reemelt nearly took it on his chest.
Hit him in the face.
A falcon. He landed awkwardly. Now it's with Shuey to Witherden. Brave kick through the middle of the ground. Marrick should have eaten that one up. The pressure came from behind. A few footsteps may have made him a little nervous.
Yeah.
And now a hold of the ball, but it's going to go West Coast way.
Very lucky.
They get away with it.
The footy gods weren't there.
Marrick fumble. Petreski Seaton. Other fumble.
Oh, Jack. Falcon right in the face.
That's on the Harvey Norman as the ball goes inside attacking 50. Comes down towards Noah Long, and he will kick a goal. The little man's had a big season for West Coast. A late pick in the draft. He's one of the few shining lights for the Eagles this year, Noah Long. And he gets a really handy goal and keeps it a little interesting. 4-5-29. The West Coast Eagles, the Tigers 9-11-65. That's on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Embers, each week we talk about the young players who are coming through, whether we're convinced whether they're going to not make it but be good footballers or not. Noah Long's been a bolter. He's come from the clouds. I think it's all about effort for him. He's got speed. He's got toughness. Look at Campbell Chess's game today. 6 disposals. We have that conversation. We're not sure. I think Noah Long we are sure on. I think he's going to be around for a long time. He's not going to be the superstar of the side, but he's going to be a hard worker, like a Tom Cole or someone we mentioned, who's going to be in the 22 every week.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Williams against Soldo. That's Jack Williams. Here's Bolton in the middle. Did it nicely. His kick over the head. Taken by Jack. Hand pass off. Rioli. 20 out for the quick answer. This bounce to the left-hand side.
We've missed some easy ones today.
Yeah, that was a very gettable one. And love the way that Rewalt attacked the footy there. Shannon Hearn a little bit flat-footed. And Rewalt was able to win it for his team. And Rioli could kick that 9 times out of 10.
That was Morris Rioli. Lead 37 points. And the Eagles bring it in. Jack claimed a mark, not paid. Jack Williams to Hewitt. He just kicks a high one. He just hoped for the best. Just punted it forward. Petreski Seaton just shoved off Young. Hand pass then was good. Oh, he set up Chesser. Couldn't work fast enough. Had to be better, Chesser. Had a split second to get the ball over the top to Oscar. Took too long. Grabbed, tackled, holding the footy. Free kick to the Tigers at centre-half back.
Nearly 21 minutes gone in this third quarter. The Tigers will come once again to this broadcast side. Rioli charging at it. Goes over the top of his head. Shuey on his tail. Comes off the boot of Shuey. And then he shoves Rioli over.
A bit of frustration.
Anyone else worried about Shuey's hamstrings when he turned then and started chasing?
Yeah. How's he gone today, Luke? Shuey's been a little quieter than normal.
He has been a little bit quieter. Like we still had 13 disposals, 4 clearances today for Luke Shuey.
He's been terrific when he has played this season, no doubt about that. Just good to see him getting through a game. Hopefully he does get through this one. Here's Jack Williams. Gets it out to Witherden. Now goes back to Duggan, who's had a terrific game. Good smother from Dusty, though, doing all the hard work, the veteran. Gives it off to Bolton, can run inside 50. Good chase from Duggan. He goes back towards Dusty, and Dusty's missed everything from 25 outs.
There's something wrong with the footy.
Yeah.
There has to be.
But even then, Dusty would typically give that to Bolton to keep running with it. He had the shot and kicks it out in the floor. It's just been one of those days.
So 9-12-66 the Tigers, 4-5-29 the West Coast Eagles. They're through the middle of the ground here. And the free kick off.
How's that not 50 metres?
It's either 50 or it's play on, one of the two. So off was scragged by Baker. Umpire says it was fine. Goes out wide to Tommy Cole. This was set for Chesser. He used to do something with the kick. Instead, he hand passes over the top. Goes to Hearn. Goes back to Chester again by hand. Noah Long just took too long. He smothered the kick, and the Tigers through Bolton. Hand pass comes inboard. Just a bit of pressure. Run things around. Hopper 1-2 with Bolton. He's back to Hopper. We go back to Hopper again. Good pressure. Kelly puts a bit of body work on. Cochin went and got it. Tap back nicely, though. Here's Tim Kelly, all the time in the world. And he just lackadaisical hand passed it straight into the Richmond player. And then, Locke, you can call this because Gaff's gone backwards 40 metres to Tom Barris, all the way at centre half back.
If you offered me 20 grand to go and watch this game again tonight, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
Yes, you would.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. We've had some shockers here. This is horrible. Yeah. So Richmond are doing it too easily, and West Coast just don't have the players.
So Duggan kicks to the middle of the ground. Marrick's there. Told to play on. Kicks to the middle as well. Centre circle. Jesse to Sheed. Sheed on the run. Pops it
You have a go, Richmond. Yeah, you have a turn.
So Darling was there to try and take the mark, but he couldn't hold on to it. Young has grabbed hold of it.
No.
Kicks it out wide. Soldo will make that look okay. Wasn't really the target. Here's Dusty. Will just chip it in the direction of Rioli. He had to run back with a flight of the footy. Well done, Cole. Taps it to his own advantage, then gathers it. Hand pass will be okay with Witherden. Now at left half-back, goes by hand to Hunt. Needs to run and carry in the end. He just lobs another one towards Darling. Jack kicks to the middle. It's 2 against 1. Kelly nearly took the mark. Marrick tried to kick it off the ground. Kelly followed up nicely. Gathers the footy. Kicks inside 50. Allen takes the mark.
All set up by Tom Cole. He was on Rewalt at centre half back, and he just left his man. Had to impact the contest on Morris Rioli. That's exactly what he did. And from that, he was able to win the footy. And West Coast through the middle of the ground, linking up. Thought they might have butchered an opportunity there when Jack Darling came back inside, but they had the overlap. And Oscar Allen, who's been quiet for his second in this third.
1 kick, 1 goal. Now for his second kick of the game, Aussie. He's pushed it to the left-hand side. Disappointing finish. Would have been very nice. 4-6-30. The Eagles, the Tigers, 9-12-66. That's on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
So Loston will bring it in. Just gains 7 or 8 metres by foot and then boots it straight down the throat of Brady Hoff, who goes short to Darling, still 60 out. Oh, he plays on. Bit of fancy stuff from Darling. Inboard. He wants Aussie. Just dropped it the second bite. McIntosh did well for Richmond. Little hand pass to Prestia. Now some run. Hopper inboard. Dusty, he's going to want to go. He does. Beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. Look at him. Just does what he wants. Dusty gave it to Taranto. He kicks long. Touch footy. McGovern's marked it. Doesn't know it's touched though. And he's just driven into the ground. Dusty's just taking the piss at the moment. Just standing there watching 4 blokes run straight past.
Feels like I'm watching 18 on 18 in December in pre-season.
Richmond by 36. Here's Locke.
Kelly stripped to the footy. Cole brought down at a big bruising tackle. Fans getting involved though. They want some magic out there.
Been a good little fight back from West Coast here after Richmond kicked 4 goals in about 4 minutes to start this third quarter. This game could have absolutely been blown away, but they've just settled and have started to win a little bit of footy. Kelly's certainly lifted for West Coast.
Cole's off. He's limping as well as he runs towards the boundary line. The kick inside attacking 50 will be marked by Bolter. He says, spread, let's have a bit of run. And 50 metres, so it'll come to the middle of the ground. It was against Williams.
Maybe Williams or Darling, one of them into the protection zone, like just casually jogging off.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Hawks by 48 today over North Melbourne.
So Bolter will kick long up towards the top of the 50. Barris charges at it, overran it, so too did his forward. Here's Dusty, receives it from Baker, and he'll kick a goal. Dusty gets one. He's just quietly putting together a really impressive game. We'll get his red Zeds in a moment as we have a score check. 10-12-72 is the Tigers. The Eagles 4-6-30. Lex on the boundary. Bob Jones Team Arts have great buy three, get one free. Plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T&Cs apply. Lex, take it away.
Tom Cole, he's come off. He's hunched over, but no trainers have gone over to him just yet.
So that's good news. His stats for Dusty?
No, big day for Dusty now, Lock. 19 disposals, 7 marks, 8 of those contested, 4 clearances, 7 score involvements and 1 goal too. He really could have had a big day if he had the kicking boots on.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed, RED-ZED.
Out of bounds in the full as well, I reckon, for Dusty.
Oh, yeah, that out in the bounds in the full earlier this quarter.
Yeah. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Just when the Eagles got a bit of momentum with 2 in a row, the Tigers get one back. Clearance by Shuey to half forward. Oscar Allen keeps it in front of him. Kelly. He's worked hard all day, Tim Kelly. Kicks out into space. And the mark's been taken by Jamie Cripps in the pocket. If you're doing the Eagles' best and fairest, Embers, I reckon Tim Kelly's that far in front.
Yeah, he's had a very good year. And unfortunately hasn't, even over the last couple of years, I know he's been criticised, but when West Coast got him over from Geelong, unfortunately, it was the players more around him that haven't really sort of lifted.
Or played.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of injuries as well, but definitely his last couple of years, he's certainly found much more football.
But Jamie Cripps in the pocket, misses. Put that in your book. Another one from Cripper. This one's the right-hand side. It's a 4-7-31 West Coast. Richmond 10-12-72. The margin 41 points, 29 gone in the third term.
Tigers will come to this broadcast side again. A long kick. Barris went the fist once again, just didn't time it. Missed it completely. McGovern gathered to Williams for Jack Williams, Eagles. Now it's with Kelly. He'll kick inside 50. Darling takes the mark. Here we go. Could this be the milestone now?
So he's on 499.
Right.
There's 2 behinds already today, Locke, so this is your big moment.
Here he goes. He'll snap it around the corner. Darling spinning, straight through for 500s. They love to have a crack at Jack, but he's still been a terrific player over a long period of time for West Coast. 500 career goals.
Standing ovation, Look.
500's a big effort.
He's getting a standing ovation. So he should. 500's a wonderful achievement.
Will they cheer him off?
Don't think so. But they do have a crack at him. They love to have a go at Jack.
Yep.
And that's a great milestone.
Super football player.
He has been a great player over a long period.
And in different last couple of years.
Yeah. And has had some moments in games where, let himself down, fumbled marks in grand finals, but still over the period of time.
The third quarter in
terrific.
the 2018 grand final.
Yep.
Superb.
Well, one of the best quarters that I've ever seen in a grand final.
So McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks, 40 in. Bailey Williams out of the middle. Kicks them forward again, but Bolter's been awesome down back. Takes the mark. The kick was a bit of a mongrel. Puts him under a bit of pressure. Cripps dives in. The umpire says Rioli didn't have time. We'll ball it up, 30 out from goal.
So he's third on the all-time goal kicking at West Coast. Obviously, JK. I think Mark Lacroix, 514 goals. I think
Peter Sumich, I think, is second.
Sumich second. So he could go past Peter Sumich.
The kick back towards Darling. Oh, he's marked it.
Inspired.
He's doing it all now, Jack. Just needed a standing ovation to get him going. The Jack's marked it. 25 out, sharp angle. This is either going to be a left foot snap around the corner
he
or
doesn't
a drop punt.
He doesn't kick left foot well at all, Jack Darling. So he will go back and kick a set shot here. A lot of the players these days will try different kind of kicks, but Jack Darling is a right foot set shot kick from this angle.
So Darling, 1 goal 2 this afternoon. For goal number 501, deliberate, like he's done so often. Missed to the right-hand side, but too narrow. So 5-9 for West Coast. And he's trailing now, in fact, still 5-8-38. So the margin 34 points, 32 gone. And we saw that celebration, of course, of Jack on the old Harvey Norman get 22% off the package price when you purchase a TV. The Eagles just caused a turnover, though. We'll halt that. The kicking board's been marked by Oscar Allen. So a turnover out of defence. Hunt kicked it inboard, and Allen has marked it.
I reckon the umpire's having a little look at the moment. It is a mark, but it felt like the non-controlling umpire was about to come in and say, mate, that ball bounced.
The Harvey Norman replay get 22% off the package price when you purchase the TV and soundbar from the same brand in the one transaction. Hurry. And Sunday today at Harvey Norman. So Oscar, a couple of goals in a row for West Coast, has one. This will be his second. Of course, he went on what we thought was a broken wrist. He's back on, has one, now for 2, kicks, and he's got it. I think a double fist of celebration too from Aussie. Couple for him. West Coast have 6-8-44. The margin X, 28 points.
Yeah, mate, close enough. If I was Andrew McQualter, I'd be giving the Richmond side a bit of a bake at three-quarter time. I think they've just fallen into the trap that they've felt like they're playing against a training drill, because some really, really lazy and unusual errors have been forced and unnecessary. They've been scored against the last couple by West Coast, and they're just close enough. They're just close enough.
Well, considering that Richmond kicked 4 goals in about 5 minutes to break this game right open early in the third quarter, it's been 4 goals to 1 since that. So West Coast have certainly been the better side over the past 20 minutes and well and truly in the contest.
Absolutely. We're closing in three-quarter time. Bounce of the footy back in the middle. Soldo taps it down. Tigers go forward. Hopper's kick towards centre-half forward. Hoff just had a bit of a fumble at the crucial stage. Quick kick inside. Attacking 50. Charging out a good tap, though, to Bolton. Bolton tight to the boundary. He's missed to the right-hand side. On the siren. That would have been big for the Tigers. They're 10-13-73. They lead the Eagles 6-8-44 after the break. A little quiz. A little quiz on goal kicking at the West Coast Eagles. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
fill up at full time with the Macca's Angus range.
At Triple M, we're about to let the good times grow.
You ready for a lot of music?
Again, with even more tickets to the Foo Fighters. And this time, we've made it even easier to win.
Thank you so much.
You're a legend.
Every time we play the Fooies while you work,
Beautiful.
you call us.
Thank you so much.
And win them.
Good on you guys.
Man, you should have been there at the brainstorming session. Sometimes we amaze ourselves.
Can't complain about that.
It's times like these, you give and give again.
Foo Fighters tickets are back tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
Foo Fighters ticket, thank you.
Thanks, Triple M.
On 105.1 Triple M.
Major building projects for the trade or a DIY home reno. Robot Building Supplies is the Australian-owned family-run business you can trust.
Robots got it.
Robot's product range is vast and world-class. And when it comes to product knowledge,
Robots got it.
next-day delivery in Metro Melbourne.
Robots got it.
Over 70 years experience and reliability helping Melburnians. Robot Building Supplies. Notting Hill, Sunshine, Preston, Dramana, Pakenham, Coldstream and Darnham. RobotBuildingSupplies.com.au.
ROBOT, Robot Building Supplies.
Here at Kogan.com, when we heard we'd won the Australia Post Online Retailer People's Choice Award, we were pretty chuffed. And knowing hundreds of thousands of Aussies voted for us, that made us pretty chuffedier. Having won it now 5 times running? I mean, that's next level chuffedness. But continuing to bring you low prices on the things you love? Oh man, so awesomely chuffed. Kogan.com flickin' awesome.
An amazing lunch with a riverside location and views to match. It's all waiting for you now at the Providore, newly reopened at Mitchelton. Discover the new look and new menu by Executive Chef Dan Hawkins with the Providore's weekly wine down special. A main dish, side and glass of wine, all for just $45 per person, Monday to Friday. The Providore at Mitchelton. Cafe-style meals to delight everyone from foodies to families. Find out more and book at mitchelton.com.au.
Talk about mind-blowing, Serge.
What's that?
Budget Director, Money Magazine and CanStar's Insurer of the Year.
The experts agree. They really have blown away the competition.
Dark!
Switch online to Money Magazine and CanStar's Insurer of the Year.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Issue Auto and General Insurance Company Limited. Read PDS, TMD and awards information at budgetdirect.com.au to decide if products suit you. Individual circumstances and policy terms may vary. Compare for yourself.
Kobe is a cheeky 9-year-old that loves bikes and fast cars. He has acute flaccid myelitis, which has meant long hospital stays away from his family. But Kobe and his family had time together thanks to his wish to live like his favourite YouTubers.
Kobe's wish came true when he stayed in a mansion, played laser tag and rode in a limo.
Helping sick kids find hope is something we all have the power to do.
Find out how at makeawish.org.au.
Make a wish.
Hey.
Dad, it's pouring. Could you please pick us up?
Can you wait a bit?
Come on.
Well, the car's undercover.
Go pre-owned and enjoy the same feeling you get with a new Toyota. Certified vehicles carry a full service history and now an extra 1-year warranty.
Have you tried the bus?
Pre-owned in a class of its own. Search Toyota Certified. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. Terms and conditions apply. Full T&Cs at your Toyota dealer or toyota.com.au/TCPO warranty.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
8 minutes into the third quarter, the Tigers led by 47 points. At three-quarter time, it's just a 29-point margin. The Tigers 10-13-73. The Eagles 6-8-44. X-Man, Red Z lending stats.
Oh, mate, we'll start with the Tigers. Daniel Rioli's been a superb all day. 20 disposals, a kicking efficiency 100%. Dusty, we went through that a little bit earlier. 19 disposals, 1 goal, a 2. Bolton could have had a massive day, like 18 disposals, 1 goal, 4. Tim Kelly's been big for the Eagles, 20 disposals himself, 9 inside 50s. Gaffey's up to 19 disposals himself. Tom Sheed crept up to 18 that quarter. And Tom Cole's probably played the best game since his return from injury with 16 disposals. Just something interesting to follow along here. Like the hit-outs are 46-15, favouring the Tigers. However, the clearances are +3 to West Coast, so not making the most of that advantage at the moment, the Tigers. But 29 points, I think it's probably going to be too much. But I don't know, Richmond need to kick into a gear. I think they've been cruising and sitting in fourth gear and taking it a little bit casual, especially the back half of that quarter. So expect a big, big finish from those names I just mentioned in the Tigers outfit.
Good on you, X-Man. Bob Jones T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T&Cs apply. Lex on the boundary, give us an injury update.
No injuries to report, but gee, didn't the crowd love when Jack Darling kicked 500? I actually thought that McQualter might get a bit fired up during that break there, but he probably just said, hey, Dusty, kick it up a gear, and everyone else followed.
Yeah, exactly right. Joshy Keddy leads the way for West Coast, 712 goals. Peter Sumich in second, Jack Darling in third, now with 500. Who's in 11th all-time for the West Coast Eagles goals kicked?
Embers.
Embers it is.
A loaded question.
11th. Well done to JK, kicking 4 today in a curtain raiser for the Northampton Rams.
Yep.
Lecker, the donut.
None.
The big...
I just texted him to say, hopefully you went off injured. He said, no. 36 years of playing football, finally played one bad game.
McDonald's, the Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. The Eagles out of the middle. Hewitt wants Jack. Couldn't take it with the first grab. Did well, Jack. To Petreski. Seaton. Can he bend it? He can.
Oh, he can't.
Hit the post?
Hit the post.
Another poster. Gee, seen a few of them this afternoon. That's what the Eagles needed, a fast start. They didn't get it, though. 6-9-45. Richmond 10-13-73. And we've just gone 30 seconds in the fourth term Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So the kick-out's a long one to the far side of the ground. The mark taken by McGovern on the wing. So the Eagles, if they can just snatch a few early, will put the pressure on. They'll get the fans behind them and maybe a miracle. It would be a miracle, but we like miracles. We encourage that. Kick inside attacking 50. Jack Williams can't take it. Petreski-Seaton, good tackle from behind, holds it inside their attacking 50, about 30 metres out. Embers, 11th all time.
Yeah.
How many?
How many, what?
Hot dogs.
200, just over 200.
I like you don't know.
Yeah, you would know exactly how many.
I was going to say, if I pointed a gun to him, you'd squeal the answer.
216 Embers.
What's the most you kicked in the game, Embers?
5.
And had 30. We spoke about that the other day.
Did you know, Embers, how many?
5.
5, was it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. As the ball's kicked high, the Tigers need to get it out of this defensive half of the ground at the moment. They're leading by 28 points.
Well, hand pass and run. Comes off half back. Yeah. The kick's going to go forward from Miller. Flying from the side was Rewalt, brought it to ground. Here's Pickett, hand pass off. Gee, Dusty's been just off a fraction. Had a heap of the footy, just dropped that. Ends up though with Baker, this way, that away. His kick lands in front of McIntosh, taken by Rewalt. Almost fell over, gave it to Rioli. That's Morris, off the Pickett, goal. They made it look tough, but got there in the end. And Pickett just bangs it through. He's got a couple. Richmond 11-13, 79. That could just about shut the door on the West Coast Eagles. 6-9-45. The margin out to 34 points.
Stayed involved, didn't he, Marlon Pickett there? As you mentioned, Tommy, Dusty just fumbled the ball a couple of times today. A little bit unusual, but he's also had a big impact on the game, Dustin Martin. And they kept the ball alive. Morris Rioli, nice little handball there.
It was good
for the
play
running
from
Pickett.
Rioli, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Just Richmond style. Just the ball kept moving forward, and then eventually clean disposal, and Pickett runs in.
So we're back in the middle, 11-13, 79, plays 6-9-45. Of course, Greenmont Water built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ream. As we throw it up now in the middle of the ground, Williams and Soldo. The ball off the chest of Kelly. He's trying to push it forward for his team. Then he tried to kick it off the ground. Missed his boot. Gaff's been terrific since starting as the sub. Kelly, hand pass to a bit of space. Good tap. Petreski-Seaton to Cripps. The kick at goal will bounce and bounce towards the boundary line. We'll throw it back into play. It's about 2 or 3 metres around from West Coast's goal. So that goal took the sting out of the game just a touch, but West Coast maybe can get their fans involved with a snagger here as the ball gets thrown back in. Darling tried to take it out of the ruck contest. Soldo just kicks it high to about 45 out. Running and trying to take the mark was Chesser. He's pushed off the footy. That was quite dangerous.
Yeah. And I reckon Chesser's looks like he hurt himself when he came down running full flight. He's got himself back up, but as you said, 2 players absolutely sprinting for the ball. And Morris Rioli just nudged Chesser. Harvey Norman replay will just show that. And
no, in the end, it was just a little elbow, but it just was
would have hurt.
Touch dangerous.
Yeah.
Get 22% off the package price when you purchase a TV and sound bar from the same brand in the one transaction. Hurry ends Sunday at Harvey Norman as Chesser kicks at goal. And he's pushed it to the right-hand side. So the youngster, what are we making of Campbell Chesser X?
Just today, Lock 9 disposals. Disposal efficiency 44%. You got to clean that up if you're going to play out in the wing. I mean, he hasn't had a clean run at it, but I mean, I'm certainly not convinced. But more games they get into these kids, the more you'll understand whether they're going to make it or not.
The Bolt was kicked at about 75 metres, landed on the wing. Pickett takes it, gave it off, kicking board. Good swirl from Barris and a strong tackle. Good run down from Tommy Cole. Just wrapped Baker up. Just looked dangerous at half forward. And then kicked short.
He's done a few good things today, Tommy Cole.
Duggan, back to Cole. Now Gaff. He's found a heap of the footy. New lease on life as a sub, Andrew Gaff. Goes short to long, plays on, quick, kicks long. Really deep from the side. Bolter brought it to ground. Grimes is there. What's he going to do? Just steps over the line. That's deliberate, I reckon. Had plenty of time, X. Just walked it over the line.
No, I agree. Hey, Tommy Cole's had 18 disposals. So career high is 22. So on career numbers,
He's one player they have missed. He's a bit of a workman, isn't he? But very reliable.
Yeah, reliable.
Very reliable. Ball thrown back into play. Williams taps it down. But it'll go Richmond's way. Prestia again with another touch. We'll get his red Zeds as well because he's always amongst it. Out wide it goes, bouncing over the boundary line in front of Pickett.
19 for Prestia Lock on the Red Z Lending stats.
The Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed, redzed.com. Could Gaffey
number one for metres gained. Prestia on the field. Right? Yeah, so he's got going.
Could Gaffey be a regular sub? Is that a role that he might be able to play with some effect?
Hard to tell because he's effectively been a normal player today because the sub happened so early.
But what this does do for Andrew Gaff, it gives him a little bit of...
He stays in the team now.
Confidence,
but then also going forward, potentially other sides look and say, you know what, Gaff might actually be someone that we might be able to fit into our side.
Here they go, the Eagles. He nearly threw it to Cripps, then runs to 45 and nails the goal. He was deciding whether the hand pass or bounce. In the end, it bounced up, back into his hands, and he nailed it. Liam Duggan gets the score on the board.
Triple M's very own Liam Duggan too. He just thought he'd give it to Cripper the forward, and then Cripper said, no, mate, you keep going. So, I mean, it looked a little bit uncoordinated, but as you said earlier in the game, that he's one player that's, at the end of the year, he'll say he's had a reasonable season, 16 disposals and a goal today, but he'd be top 3 West Coast this year easily.
Yeah, he's been very, very solid. He was spoken about as a future captain of the West Coast Eagles. I don't think he will be, but he certainly showed good leadership and found plenty of the football this year and really starting to... The big difference this year I've found is he wants the footy in his hand.
Yeah.
So he's getting after it.
Here they go again. Out of the middle, Kelly's kick. Petreski-Seaton. Free kick or a mark. Play what you like.
No chance.
Well... X is still unconvinced.
X, the way X just looked then, he's saying, you know what, stay tuned to Triple M. Do not go anywhere. They are coming from the clouds right now. And if Petreski-Seaton can go back and kick this,
that's exactly what the thumbs down meant. Yeah. Here they come.
Here they come.
Well, if he kicks this, it's 21 points. We've still got a heap of footy to go in the fourth term. Just that miss from him earlier on in the quarter could be crucial. Lays back, normally a good kick, but he's in the side to be a good kick, but he pushes that right for one behind. You see, it looks like Richmond's made the subs.
Yeah, he looks devastated. Rioli,
no, just brushed away the...
That must be an injury. We'll go to Lex now because he looks devastated on the bench. Morris Rioli. Lex. As we say, climbing into midair out of space came Bolton.
He's taking some big one.
Incredible.
It's always the way, Locke.
Let's have a look at Harvey Norman again. Came from 4 back. A flying Bolton hauls it in. He kicks it along the line. Gaff receives it. Hand pass out wides. The ball will be kicked along the line. It was Hunt who kicked it in the direction of Marek, gathered by Petreski-Seaton. He hand passes to himself, then gets it back to Shuey, to Kelly, in the middle of the ground, needs to get rid of it. Kicks, inside attacking 50, one-on-one, ball comes out the back. Well done Grimes, although the hand pass not so good. It was to Gaff, who was caught in a tackle and thrown over the boundary line. We'll throw it in. Lex on the boundary.
It doesn't look like it's an injury at this stage. We'll keep you updated, so Hugo Ralph-Smith will come on.
See on the Harvey Norman, Bolton's big fly.
And the funny thing is, at the end of his career, that won't be in his top 20.
No, that's right, yeah.
The boundary throw in. 30 metres out from goal for West Coast. Darling just tapped it down to space. Picked up nicely by the youngster in Banks. He kicks high, and it's his defensive 50. Mark's been taken by Rewalt. Too easy. Half back here for Rewalt. Of course, we saw that mark on the Harvey Norman replay. Get 22% off the package price when you purchase the TV and soundbar from the same brand in one transaction. Hurry. And Sunday, that's today, at Harvey Norman as Rewalt kicks to half forward, taken by Ross. Ends up back here by McMartin. And all by himself, McIntosh. 40 out, straight in front. Chester just lost him. And he should kick this goal.
Quite day for McIntosh, just the 4 disposals. 0% by a foot. Here's an opportunity to get on the scoreboard, but we've seen, and we said Ember's the WA product. He's been such a consistent performer for Richmond. He just hasn't had a big day today.
Not sure if wing's his actual spot right at the moment. He spent a fair bit of time with Andrew Gaff out on this wing, and Gaff's running patterns to get himself involved in the game has certainly been a lot better.
Here he goes, McIntosh. Strolls in, straight in front. Nail in the coffin kind of gear. Straight through the middle. Makes it look easy. McIntosh gets the goal. And that's number 12 for the Tigers, 12-13-85. West Coast 7-11-53. The margin 32 points. And we've gone 11 minutes in the fourth term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Dusty just coming through. Just his awareness to be able to kick that ball 50 metres, but to find the target as well. And he almost had to sort of kick it. It wasn't like the long kick down the line. He sort of had to kick it from outside to centre half forward, across his body almost, and it was a wonderful target to hit.
9 score involvements for Dusty today, to go with 22 disposals and 1 goal. That's all.
So they're in the middle again. Ball comes out in the direction of Shuey. He's caught high in a tackle by Hopper. Umpire was right there, but said no. It was a fair one. So 12-13 plays 7-11. 12 gone in this final term. There the ruckman got it. Sheed, hand passes over the top to Duggan. Kicks to the middle of the centre square. Cripps' tap on was pretty good to Marrick. To the run of Hewitt. And Hewitt will kick inside attacking 50. Bolter there. He was held by Allen. Allen gave away the free in the end. Bolter did hand pass it straight into the hands of Long, but he was being held by Allen.
It wasn't a great kick coming inside forward 50. Never gave Allen an opportunity.
That wasn't a great kick as well. It might be turned over. Cripps, quick hands to Sheed. He was caught in a tackle. No free kick. And we'll ball it up again. 48 out. In saying that, Hewitt has done some nice things. It wasn't a great kick to advantage, but he's done some nice things, and he likes to run through packs and create some havoc as well.
Ends up here with Shuey out to Gaff. Can he kick a goal? 40 out, Andrew Gaff. Won't make the distance, swinging back. Just taken through then by Bolter.
It's a really surprising kick from Gaff because you know that he hasn't got the distance, but a little cheeky 25-metre hit up. He had Oscar Allen leading at his foot, and normally 9 times out of 10 he knows his capabilities, and he hit that Andrew Gaff. So maybe he's having one of those games where he thought, you know what, my turn to get on the scoreboard too.
Bugger everyone else.
31-point lead. Big kick out of defence. Barris almost marked it behind his back. Richmond turnover. Bolton gives it to Ralph Smith. He kicks long, the space, but going back is Hoff. Did well, and then kicks out to the wing.
I didn't see Cochin come on the ground.
The kick was good for Chesser, but Cochin came in off the bench, made a contest, and now gets the ball on his left side, goes back to the right inboard. That's good. A touch to play on though. Nice little hand. Jack Williams, hand pass inside to Long. He's run down.
Well done, Noah Long. He stood his ground. Loston come charging through.
So Long spreads it out wide to Darling. Could have played on, but he'll hold it up. Cochin was all over him. Now told to play on. Will kick inside attacking 50. Marrick being held. No free kick at all. And now there's going to be a free Richmond play. They'll burn the house down, Eagles fans. The umpire not aware of what a tough season they've had. Here's Cochin. Gives it off by hands. Now a high kick. Along the line it goes. Baker stands underneath
Marlon Pickett is just absolutely shepherd McGovern out.
Just not McGovern over, and now he wants to get off the ground as quick as possible, Marlon Pickett, but the ball's travelled its way inside attacking 50. So much going on off the footy that Oscar Allen's now taken a mark, and he's a chance to kick a goal from 48 out. We'll have a look on the Harvey Norman Marlon Pickett if it's seen. McGovern is slowly working around, but he's on his haunches at the moment.
So Pickett just took his eyes off the footy and he just went in to block McGovern, and McGovern did not see that coming.
So Aussie's had a tough day at the Osphus. From 48, steps into his run-up. One hand in the air, he's kicked a couple. In fact, he's got 3 now, Aussie. How many possessions, Red Zeds?
He's had the 4 touches, Lock.
3 goals, 4 touches. That's a big game.
4 kicks, 4 marks, 3 goals, 1.
Yeah.
3 in the second half.
It's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business by designing your lighting and electrical plans for free. Beacon Trade, let's make light work. The margin at the moment, 12-13.85 to 8-12.60. It's only 25 points, 16 gone, Embers.
It's good signs for Oscar Allen. Like, he's been, certainly not his best today. But to be able to find a way, not playing well, as a key forward when you're getting beaten up.
Get goals.
He was having
3 goals.
A dog of a day. He was on 0 at half time.
He was on donut at half time, and he's got an injury as well that, was a little bit of a stinger in the end. Looked like he was out for 3 years, but he came back on, and he's kicked 3 goals. So, and he's got his side back in it, so it's good for his confidence.
End of the day, you've kicked 3 goals. You can put up a case for winning that matchup.
I'd definitely say the doc and say, listen, if you're going to hurt yourself, make sure that you go down, because if you start to be this little boy that cries wolf, one day you might actually really hurt him.
That's why they call him Whack.
Yeah. And the trainers are not going to come out to him one day, and the poor guy's going to go, I need your help.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks.
Jeez, that's harsh.
I wouldn't have said that, Embers. I think you're out of line.
Well, I'll tell you what, early on, Luke Shuey, early on in his career, he had to have a chat. We had to have a chat with him.
Did you?
No, every time he went down, he looked like he was out for 4 years.
Embers,
they're big injuries.
And what the leadership group...
there might have been someone who had a whisper in his ear saying, mate,
toughen up, Princess.
You are a tough bloke.
Embers, next week, your top 5 people who put Mayo
stay down.
Well, there's certain people that go down where you go, you know what, that's okay, he'll be right.
Well, Pickett's got the ball in the pocket and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
I was going to package that up and then just send that into Oscar too.
You're the one who said he'd come straight back on the ground.
Well, I was right.
We were talking about broken arm.
I wasn't. You guys were.
Seabass Slipper making hard work pay off. Regretting their sponsorship right now.
So you concur with what I'm saying, X?
Can't hear me.
The Eagles out of the defensive half. Sheed to the middle of the ground. Hoff's had a pretty good game as well. He's been up against it. Ball's been in that defensive half a fair bit. Big contest, far side.
Coming back.
That was unbelievable. Chesser. Bolter, knees to the chest up. Then a kick inside attacking 50. It's been marked by Revolts. Up against Sheed.
He had a look then too, Chester, and went, I better go.
Can I just say...
Because he actually shirked one earlier in the game, Chester.
That was honestly probably one of the best things he's done in 3 years. He's had a look. He's had to come back.
That's
Noah
tough.
Bolter has come.
Yeah,
he's left his man, and he's lucky that knee didn't get him in the jaw. Very close. Good courage by Campbell Chessup. Simo will show that all week.
Yeah, that'll win him some fans. No doubt about that, as Revolt has a lot of fans. Only kicked the one. Was very active in the second term. Been a bit quiet since half-time. Can he finish his game off with 2 goals? He's kicked it.
I reckon he's hit the inside of the post. The umpire's got that wrong.
So Revolts knew that it hit the post because his reaction was like off distance.
Yeah.
But the umpire's paid it a goal.
Did he just do the fake fist pump, Jack?
Yeah, so this will be overturned now. So he's it's hit the inside of the
How
post.
does Jack know it's hit the post and not the umpire? Jack's 50 metres away.
So Jack's gone, oh no, the umpire's gone goal.
And then Jack's done a little fake fist pump.
Yeah.
All right, so we're having a look now.
This is a snicko.
The snicko says there's a bit of a sound, I reckon. There it is. So Jack from 50 metres away knew that it hit the post. And the umpire that was 3 metres away.
Yeah. I think Jack's reaction gave it away.
Yeah.
Because he's going, no.
Yeah, that.
And then the umpire's giving it a goal and he's giving it an old fake fist pump.
Looking at these angles, we can see a spike on edge as the ball crosses the post.
There you go, so it'll be a minor score.
That and the 14 Eagle players all pointing towards the post.
Right. So the Eagles are 8-12-60. And the Tigers, their score now is 12-13-85. So it's still 25 points to margin. We've got 7 minutes to go. Can they do it, X-Man?
X-Man.
That's the thumbs
He
down.
reckons they can do it. Yeah. Don't go anywhere.
It's funny. Out in the corridor at three-quarter time, he said, I reckon the Eagles are on here. So
Here they go.
Brady Hoff by hands to Kelly.
Oh, no.
His kick's a tough one.
Tommy wasn't interested in that one.
Bolter punched it and followed up, made a tackle. Ends up with McGovern. The underground hand pass to Long. Then to Hoff. He hand passed to no one and went and got his own footy. Should have been a free kick too.
Yeah, well done. Non-controlling umpire called that one. The umpire that was close to it, he said play on. I think they got that one right.
So Hoff had it. Hand pass missed his target. Went and got it and was tackleable down to footy. Gets it, goes short to McGovern. He goes short to Marrick. In the middle of the ground, just forward of the centre circle. Marrick is going to pump it long. High ball. Who's got the best spot? Aussie flies. Kelly trying to take it off the pack. Richmond clearance kick, doesn't get too far away. Chesser there with Graham. Sees it across the line, left forward pocket, 30 out from goal. They trail by 26 points. The crowd today, 40,501. We've gone 22 minutes in the fourth term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Not many teams in the competition playing the way the West Coast have played this year. We'll be getting 40,000 to their home ground.
It is good. It is.
0, Embers.
So the ball's been thrown back into play. Darling's hovering over the top of his defender. Quick hands from Rioli. Sees the ball out towards the boundary line off the boots. Deliberate, say the West Coast Eagles. No. We'll throw it back in. 60 around from West Coast goal. 12-14-86 plays 8-12-60. Got around 6.5 to go. To the final siren. We'll throw it back in. One goal right away here. Maybe breathe some life into West Coast chances. Sheed had a fumble, charging out at Chesser, lost possession. Sheed had to go and help him out by doing the tackling. Williams there as well. Ralph Smith for the Tigers sees it over the line. We'll throw it back in. 12-14-86. Plays 8-12-60. 26 points the Tigers lead from McDonald's and Ream Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Here's Tommy Atkinson.
They're just 2 points down for the second half, the Eagles. So they've fought this game out well. Boundary throw-in. Soldo taps it back towards the line and Hopper sees it across. Just couldn't pick it up in time. Big Soldo filling in for Nankervis. Of course, got that suspension.
He's won the hit-outs today, Tommy, convincingly. 35 hit-outs himself, but 53-21, favouring the Tigers.
Up against Bailey Williams, who wins that one. Created a bit of space. Taken, though, by Prestia. Gaff wrapped him up. Give us Gaffy's numbers again.
Andrew Gaff, 22 disposals, 11 kicks, 11 hand balls. He's cruised around quite nicely and he's used it okay, 73% efficiency.
Just a 6 last week, so much improved for Andrew Gaff. Got it then, gave it off to Dom Sheed. His high kick to half forward. Been turned over though. Rioli, hand pass. Put him in trouble, but got it back on a cheeky little 1-2. Kicks up to the wing. Rewalt has it now in space.
He does. He kicks it to the middle of the ground. Big contest. We come back into the hands of the Eagles. Hearn. Chesser has it. Caught in a tackle. Just gets the hand pass away. Long has to run after it. They're keeping it tight to the boundary. Cotton sees it over with a hand pass. So just noticed on the bench there, Petrescu-Seaton has the training top on, so he looks like he's done. And Jimby, of course, with an early hamstring, he'll miss a couple of weeks, you'd think, X.
Yeah, 3 weeks there, Lock.
Ball thrown back in. You reckon it's like not just awareness or anything like that?
There's no point rushing a kid back anyways there. They usually say 21 days for a hamstring, so I think the young man probably deserves a break.
Yeah, it's probably good timing. Get a couple of games late in the season to finish off his year. He's been very impressive as the Tigers kick to the middle of the ground. Hunt had to stand and wait, and then he was pushed over. That was strong stuff from the meatball. Prestia, really good footy, although the Eagles now have turned it over. Hunt received the hand pass, the kick inside 50.
That has to be a mark, umpire.
The uppy didn't pay it.
Oh, someone else pay it. That's
Did he challenge it? Did he play it on?
Replay. No, he didn't pay the mark.
But he grabbed it.
No, he said Bolter had it first.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire.
Williams out of the ruck contest, kicks towards the boundary line. Here comes the slow-mo on the screen. The fans not happy. Harvey Norman.
Yeah, I had a look at it, Lock, just the right arm off Bolter.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, great call by the umpire.
How dare you, Dowdy members. Ball thrown back in. Williams stabs it down. Soldo working hard. Sheed takes him on. He's up to his nipple, Dom Sheed. And he still drags him down at about 25 metres out. He'll throw the ball up.
Nice unit of measurement. So a ball up, 20 out from goal. Soldo taps to space to Hunt. Kicks it out of bounds on the full. So some good footy right there. He's been quiet, Jaden Hunt.
Yeah.
Just the, how many on the red? I won't take it over. How many on the red Zeds for Jaden Hunt?
He's had 10 disposals. At Tommy, 6 kicks, 4 handballs, 3 contested disposals today. So a quiet day for Jaden Hunt.
So McIntosh kicks out from deep. Barris over the back. Couldn't pick up. Taranto does. Out into space. Baker this way, that away. Just waits. And waits a bit longer for Martin to present. Witherden got a hand in. Fell over. Ends up with the ball though. Taken by Tommy Cole. Is wrapped up by Baker.
Did well there, Witherden, but I reckon Dustin Martin was unlucky not to get front-on contact.
Yep.
He should have got a free kick there. Martin, I reckon the umpire might have missed one.
It's a ball up. Williams all by himself. That's Bailey. Tapped it to Sheed, but Hopper got in the way. They dive on top of it. And we're going to ball it up again. 75 out from goal. The Tigers lead the way by 26 points. 27 gone in the fourth term.
Around 4 to go in this game. Tigers will get the points as Hunt charges onto it. Good hands to Cripps. He offloads it towards Shuey, and Shuey kicks to the middle of the ground. It's over the top of Long's head. Good defensive work, the Tigers, although with the numbers, Darling for the Eagles. Sheed, his kick, not so great. McIntosh had to run back with the flight. He did okay to at least tap it out towards Ralph Smith, who was caught in a brilliant tackle, caught holding the ball. That was pretty quick work from the umpire to make that decision. Hearn will take the free and can punish him with a big kick inside 50. He could almost kick it from there, Shannon Hearn, as he does kick it inside 50, but he turned it straight into the hands of Ross for the Tigers. 26 points that margin as we 50 stand here, and then 50 metres against Kelly. The X-Man all over it for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off, and Ross will come pretty much to the middle of the grounds, and he'll spread it out wide to the far side. Standing on his own, McIntosh goes short again to Hopper, and then Hopper with another short pass. The Tigers compose themselves and keep hold of the footy. This is Taranto.
Petrovsky Seaton's back out there, Lock.
Well, he had the training top on before, so that's good news. Another short one to Broad, so the Tigers still hold that 26-point lead, and we've ticked over 28 minutes now in this final term.
So Broad kicks to the 50-metre arc. Give me some of the red Zeds for the leading Richmond players here, please, Dave.
Well, Daniel Rioli's had 29 disposals, 16 kicks, going at 100% efficiency, so he's been outstanding today, nearly 500 metres game. Taranto's had his usual 25, Hopper's had his usual 25, and Dusty Martin could have had a really good day. He's had 22 touches, 1 goal too.
Hopper's been good in the late stages.
Yeah, quiet first half, Hopper. I think he's had 19 in the second half.
Made up for lost time. The Eagles off half-back. Dangerous ball. It's been cut off. Coming through is Baker by hand. Gave it to Ross. Bit of pace. Inboard. Hand pass. Well, wasn't very good. Turned over. Now Shuey has it. Just gives it off to Chesser. He might have hurt himself. He's kicked it. I reckon he's just might be cramping, but his kick's been turned over anyway. And Bolter has it and comes inboard to Rioli, who's had an absolute field day.
He certainly has. Slow to get up is Tom Cole.
Tommy Cole. He's left his leg on the ground.
He has. He's hobbling a lot. Let's hope it's nothing serious, because he has had a bad run with injuries. The Tigers have picked a goal. And it's that man, Bolton. Handy stuff when you can have Bolton and Dusty inside attacking 50, doing stuff like that. The kick was in. Eagles under pressure. Bolton did the rest from only about 25 outs. Another goal to the Tigers, 13-14, 92. That was just a great getter. Just slapped it on the right, kicked it round the corner to the Eagles, 8-12.
He's kicked 2 goals, 4.
Yeah.
And wobbled one early, I reckon, from memory. 7 shots at goal. Jesus, spectacular talent. 22 disposals, 2 goals, 4.
Jack Williams was on him, not sure why he was on him at that particular inside 50 entry, but Williams went up to fly. That's fine, but you got to make sure that when you're on Bolton and you fly for the footy, you got to get that ball and you got to smash it 4 rows back, because if you don't, he's at the ground. He's going to kick a goal every single time.
Soldo out of the middle. Look at him go. Has all the skills. Picked it up. His kick, though, was ordinary. Just floated inside 50. Here's Bolton again, lurking, doing some good things. Comes out, though, to Tim Kelly. Hand pass to Sheed. Just a little 180 by Sheed. Gave it to McGovern. His kick to the wing was no good. Almost a dangerous tackle from Marrick. Didn't have to sling.
Momentum there. He did well. That
it's young.
No one was hurt, but it could have easily happened there.
So ball up just the forward side of the wing. For on the Richmond side, Williams tap it straight down to Prestia inboard. Rioli try to be fancy. Turns out okay. Taranto to half forward. Dusty 1-on-1. McGovern did the hard work, dropped the mark, picked it up, and he was tackled by Jack Rewalt. It's a ball up 40 out from goal. They lead by 32 points, and we're almost at full time here at Optus Stadium.
Certainly are, Tommy. As we throw it up inside attacking 50 for the Tigers. Soldo been terrific in the ruck, especially in terms of, as X says, the taps.
41 of them, Lock.
41, that's handy. There might be a chance here to add to that tally. He did get it away. Shuey hovering, can't pick it up. Duggan's had a terrific game for West Coast. Petreski-Seaton, as we said, back on the ground, which is good. Had to tackle Baker, though, who grabbed hold of it. It was good stuff.
16 disposals today for Liam Baker, returning back to WA for Red Z leading stats.
Have you enjoyed the Red Zeds, mate? Have you enjoyed that role?
No, mate, to be honest with you, the game was so poor early, it just sucked any life out of me.
Right. Kick off the ground. Goes in the direction of Pickett. Caught in a tackle by Hearn. Shuey will have this ball covered. He wants a little 1-2 action. Kelly decides to go the other way after receiving the hand pass to Sheed out towards the boundary line. Sheed told to play on, could go through the middle. He sort of does that to McGovern, and then McGovern will switch play.
McGovern
kicked it straight to Ralph Smith.
He's got to work now, Gov, though.
Got a lot of quality stuff happening off the boot of McGovern on this occasion. The short pass, Ralph Smith to Bolton. 50 out, chips it to his mate in Dusty, and Dusty on the siren will nail it. And the Tigers will sit 11th. And are they coming? Are they coming for the 8s? They're edging their way up the ladder. Richmond's under a new coach. They're breathing life into their season. And Dusty, from 40 out, close to the man on the mark, sends it on its way. He finishes it off in style. 14-14, 98. They run away with it over the Eagles. 8-12-60. Let's sing it out loud, Tiger fans.
Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tigerland.
I had to get the yellow and black in there. 14-14, 98 the Tigers. They defeat the West Coast Eagles 8-12-60. It was a good margin in the end, 38 points. Got out to 47, as we said, midway through the third quarter. And the Eagles did all right in the second half, just to at least keep it nice and interesting for most of that second half. We'd like to catch up with Fox Footy right now. Here's Daniel Rioli.
Because you're a backman, but 31 touches equal career best. Really good win over here in the West.
No, like I've said this many times, these boys always look after me because they know I've got speed and try and use the ball well and try and play to my strengths. And obviously that went well today, and we just need to keep winning games now. So towards the end of the year now, so every game counts.
What's the belief like within the group, mate? You're outside the 8 at the moment, but got belief you can play finals?
Oh, we hope so. That's always the plan. Obviously, we've got Minnie as our coach now, and he's a fresh face, familiar face, but a new voice is what we need, and we're grinding away, and hopefully we make it towards that top 8. But at the moment, we're taking it week by week, and cliche, but that's probably what we need to do right now.
Do you have a good licence from the coaches to go for a bit of a run, mate? We were watching it today. You get off and get on the bike. It's good to watch. You enjoy playing your footy back there?
Yeah, I am. Obviously, like I said, I'm trying to use my pace down the back line and not a licence role, but I get told off a little bit. But I play to my strength and try and get the job done for the boys. So, like I said, good win by the boys.
Well done, mate. Have a safe trip home.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
Daniel Riola, terrific player. This is the Triple M Amy review. Submit your fan clanger story to amy.com.au/fansurance and you could win. That is 5 of their last 6 for the Tigers. They're coming nice and quickly now as we close in on the finals.
2 points behind St Kilda, Bulldogs and Essendon, who are in the 8, so they're coming hard. Is there a player? I don't think there is. I thought Daniel Rioli was a little bit maligned as a small forward. I thought he was a little bit inconsistent. Now as a damaging half-back, you'd see today, he was quicker than everyone else. He took it on.
If you don't
had 31 disposals.
Don't tag him.
He's a weapon off half-back. I don't reckon I've seen a player in the comp at the moment who's gone from one end to the other and done it so comfortably and has excelled.
So they've got Hawthorn next up.
Lose.
So win.
Melbourne.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah. Western Bulldogs.
It's another 50-50.
Yeah.
St Kilda.
That's a win.
North Melbourne.
Win.
And then Port to finish.
You'd say.
Where's that Port?
I'll have to look it up.
But if we're going 50, that's not a 50-50.
Yeah, that's probably a
Port Adelaide a favourite.
All right, so that's 3 wins and 2 50-50s. They win 4 of those, they're probably right in contention.
And all without Tom Lynch.
Yeah.
Can they win it without Tom Lynch then?
Win what?
Well, go
a
long way into the finals.
No, there's a few teams and then there's... I think St Kilda are making up the numbers, the Dogs are making up the numbers, Essendon are making up the numbers. I'm getting a little bit nervous with what the Cats are doing, but I think on top of the table, Collingwood, Port were poor yesterday, but they got a lot out. Brisbane get rolled by a point and the narrative around the MCG continues. And the D's are still got Clary to return.
It's out of 4. You're still thinking maybe the Cats...
Maybe the Cats are starting to sniff around a bit with a few home games to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you fill up at full time because it is full time now with the Macca's Angus range. And Embers is now purchasing 5 of those, 1 for each kid.
5.
You got 5 plus you and Katie as well.
Yes, a couple of those on the way home. I'll go through a little drive-through.
Yep.
A couple of hash browns as well. They're always good.
I don't think you can have hash browns now, can you? Can you?
All day.
Is that right?
Yes, all day, Lock. Hey,
Macca's is that good. Now,
Macca's.
If you remember earlier in the season, there was a story that the Eagles will be after Nathan Broad.
Oh, okay.
At the end of this year.
Yep.
Had the Binox on. Him and Tommy Barris and...
Hasn't Nathan Broad just re-signed? I think yes.
Have a look.
I think he was re-signed.
There was the story that he was coming home.
I reckon Tom Barris has got more chance of going to Richmond than what Nathan Broad's got to come to West.
I was going to say
that's what it was.
Strange.
He's contracted until the end of 2025.
I'm telling
so
you.
He's going to be 43 when he comes home.
He can still be traded though.
I reckon, I agree with you. I think he signed like either this year.
Yeah, yes.
He signed in the last couple
of weeks.
Embers, don't jump on board now. You had no idea.
They've been solid, the Tigers. I don't think they'll play finals this year, but I think they've been an
You don't think
team.
the Tigers will
No,
play
I don't think
finals?
they'll play finals. No,
You don't
I
think
don't
they'll
think they're
get
good
there?
enough to play finals. No.
Right.
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
I still think Sydney is still a little chance outside at the moment. What are they currently? And I know they've got Fremantle this week, and Fremantle's season's obviously
Sydney are a full game behind Richmond and Carlton.
So the teams at the moment, St Kilda, Western Bulldogs and Essendon are all vulnerable, and they're all at the moment sitting inside the top 8.
Well, Essendon last night were really poor, and you'd be nervous about that. And St Kilda with no forwards are going to find it hard. They got busted open on the Gold Coast. And the Doggies, they're just hard to catch. They've got stars everywhere, but they seem to be doing some strange.
You look outside right now, the Giants, they're the team that are in form.
I love the Giants.
All right, they're up and
they're
about.
competing.
Kingsley's done a great job. Carlton are now, right up and about.
No Harry, though.
Yeah.
Big test next week, I think, the Blues. Have they got Melbourne next? No? Is it Tigers?
Silvani played his best game with Harry out.
The Blues,
the Blues have got West Coast.
Yeah.
And,
big test.
And Sydney as well. I'm not sure what Sydney's draw are, but you think they can get on a little bit of a roll as well if they can come and knock off Fremantle next week.
There you go. Interesting stuff. Choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it. Results earlier today, gents. In the end, it was The interesting one was this one because there was a couple of shockers. 14-14-98, the Tigers, they defeated the West Coast Eagles 8-12-60. Let's go back to this round. Earlier today, it was the Hawks over North Melbourne by 48 points. And then, of course, a couple of interesting games last night. The Giants got the job done over Adelaide. They stormed home to beat them by 14. And the Cats destroyed the Bombers by 77. Could have been a bigger margin, that one.
The other storyline out of the game today, Jack Darling. So 500 goals, second all time. He's cops a lot of heat from supporters.
Yep.
Probably a couple of different times he's dropped marks at crucial occasions.
Yep.
But for someone that was taken with, he dropped in the draft. That could be potential number one pick when the 20s.
Yep.
He's been an ultimate consistent footballer. Kicked in the 40s and 50s multiple times. Premiership player. And I reckon he's hard done by most of the fans.
Yeah, look, I think he is.
He's been a superstar of the club for a long period of time.
He also
Quite this year.
A bloke called Josh Kennedy alongside him.
And Mark
Lacroix. So they sort of took a lot of the attention away from probably what he's done.
Are you underselling?
No, I don't undersell Jack. I just think sometimes that they expected more of him. He was always a third.
He always made the obvious.
He was never a
one or two obvious
500 goals, though.
It's
He's an incredible effort. No, well done, Jack Darling.
All right, the Tigers are ready to go. Lex is also down there. I can see her right now. Wave, Lex. She's going to try and grab hold of a player after they sing this song. So they're just waiting to get in. There's the little Prestio. I like Dion Prestio. Good little player. Yeah, little beat. Here we go.
We're from Tigerland. The fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with the grip. Hey, whiskey energy. Hey, we're behind, never mind, we're fighting, fighting, we're from Tigerland. Whenever we get to the final, sirens go. Like the Tigers of old. We're stronger, we're bolder, we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
I'd love to know a little more about Morris Rioli. He devastated on the bench when he came off the ground and looked to be subbed out.
He wasn't having a big day, so I'm not sure whether it was tactical or not. 6 disposals.
Not sure you why though if you're subbed out because it was poor performance.
It looked a bit sore wandering around too.
He's in the rooms getting hugs by a lot of the players.
So let's say, but there doesn't seem to be much. I mean, Lex is probably going to be down there soon, or if not already there.
Maybe Lex can just
if he's
find
got
out
any bandage on
ice or anything like that.
So we'll pop down to Lex in just a few moments.
I've heard the Tigers think
it's a tactical sub.
Tactical sub.
It was down as a tactical sub.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Yep. Okay. So, So he was devastated.
Did you like that? It was a quick one. He went to the AFL site and then saw tactical sub.
Mate, you've been superb.
That's what
today.
he does for Red Z. He's been very good.
On that note, I'll see you guys later.
You're done. All right. The Maccas I'm Loving It moments. Tonight's I'm Loving It moment happens during the game.
It happened during the game.
25-minute third quarter, is that right? Thanks, producer Leach. Here we go.
More.
Here's how we called it on Triple M Footy. Now it's with Kelly. He'll kick inside 50. Darling takes the mark. Here we go. Could this be the milestone now?
So he's on 499.
That's right.
There's 2 behinds already today, Locke, so this is your big moment.
Here he goes. He'll snap it around the corner. Darling, spinning, straight through for 500s. They love to have a crack at Jack, but he's still been a terrific player over a long period of time for West Coast. 500 career goals. Terrific moments. One great moment in a real hard season for the West Coast Eagles. That was during the game that happens. It was terrific. It was fantastic. Let's head into the rooms and catch up with Lexi. She has a special guest for us.
I do indeed. I'm with Jacob Hopper. Hopper, thank you so much for your time. You look a little bit sore. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty tough game. It was quite sort of contested at times, and they really threw it at us, and at times we were good, and at times we sort of let ourselves down a little bit, but yeah, it was good to get the win.
You said it yourself, they did throw everything at you. Were you ever worried at all that they might fight back?
Oh yeah, I think, we did certainly think they're a really good football team, and they've got some really quality players in there, and they were throwing different things at us, and sometimes it took us a little bit to sort of adapt and find ways through it. We weren't capitalising on our sort of possession and time in forward half, which was a little bit disappointing, and it sort of allowed them to get some momentum and I think kick a few quick ones, and they sort of felt like they were right in it, which they were. So, plenty to look at, plenty to learn from, plenty to grow from.
Jacob, Andrew Embley, congratulations on the win. I thought early on your pressure as a whole was outstanding. You really forced West Coast into the turnover and then were able to get them on transition, but as you mentioned, probably just didn't take those opportunities, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah, no, certainly. I feel like we had the game on our terms and we wanted to come out with that intent, and it was really pleasing that we did. But you know what, like sometimes when you're sort of giving it everything and you're not quite getting the reward, it sometimes makes it hard to sort of maintain that rage. We'll look at how we can sort of capitalise on our intent and our pressure and getting the game on our terms like we had, but how we can just make that look a bit better on the scoreboard. And
obviously a new club for you, the environment to go walk into a very successful organisation like the Richmond Tigers. How have you found your time there?
Yeah, I've loved every second. It's been a sort of strange year with different things getting thrown at us, but the people within the footy club, the playing group, the admin, everyone from top down through to the bottom is just unbelievable, great human beings. It's been a pleasure to be a part of. Hopefully we can keep winning some games and give ourselves a chance in finals footy.
Jacob, Xavier Ellis up here, mate. Congratulations on a win. Third game back for you tonight. 25 disposals, 7 games last year. You've had a bit of an interrupted couple of seasons. How's the body feeling for you personally at the moment?
Yeah, pretty good. It's sort of... it's a strange one coming off playing not much footy last year. Body felt good, but then, as it is with just load and not having played much footy last year, I felt like the calf probably was a little bit attributed to that. So missed more footy than I would have liked to, but that's just all part of it sometimes, and it's been great playing the games I have and just growing with the team and seeing how I can contribute best.
16 premiership players out there today for the Tigers, and then yourself and Tim Taranto. Big Soldo in the ruck had the 41 hit-outs, but you just went down fractionally in the clearances. How much work do you need to do because you're so used to having Big Nank in there for so long?
Yeah, exactly. I think Soldo really competed and just thrashed around, and he's a big, strong boy, so it's great to have him in there. But yeah, our connection probably hasn't been there, so I think we need to just get in a room with him and lock in some things and make sure we're capitalising off his dominance.
X mentioned your third game back, but you must have been pleased, especially with your second half. I thought you looked like you were covering the ground a lot better
18 in the second half.
18 touches in the second half, which obviously is, if you're going to have 25, you'd rather have 18 in the second half than 18 in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's been a sort of weird one. I think coming back, I feel like just the starts of it, it's probably a bit with the team as well. I feel like we haven't been starting that well, and it's sort of been a little bit jumbled at times. Plenty to look at. But it was good to sort of work my way into the game and work my way back into some form. And it's always a bit strange missing a period of footy, and you can do all the rehab work you want, but it's a bit different when you get out here in the real stuff.
Not unusual for you, mate, coming from the Giants. Of course, Toby Green was a magician in the forward line, but you must sit back and enjoy watching Dusty and Bolton do their thing at times. Tonight they probably could have had a big night. Both missed a few opportunities, but gee, they're good fun to watch. Oh yeah, they're incredible players. But I think what really stands out for me is just how team orientated they are as well. It's pretty incredible to sort of have the ability to turn the game off their own boot, but also be really sort of focused in on what we're trying to achieve as a team unit, which is really special. So it's been a pleasure to play with those boys and sort of just kick it into space and make my kick look a bit better than what it probably was.
Hey Jacob, congratulations, great win this afternoon. It keeps you alive for the finals, which is good news.
That's all we want, boys. Just keep on hanging in, and who knows.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done to you. Congratulations to you and the team. The Tigers by 38 points this afternoon here at Optus Stadium. They were 14-98 to the Eagles 8-12-60. I'm just putting my journo cap on for a moment.
Go on.
The shot of Maurice Rioli on the bench and brushing aside the phone in disgust will be a talking point tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't.
I'll just show you. I'll show you just to get your thoughts on it. Just let it roll a couple of times. That's
okay, so here we
sitting
go.
On the bench,
been
feet up out of the game. Feet are up. One of the coaches or someone next to him hands him the phone. He ignores it.
Yeah, it's
just brushes
not a great
it off.
look. No, that's not a great look. But he's young. He's learning. Andrew McQualter, I'm sure we'll have a chat to him about that. He was on camera at the time, which absolutely sucks because now it's everywhere. But you can't do that, but I'm sure he'll learn. And I reckon Andrew McQualter, it's a good learning point. He's looking for opportunities to teach and put his hand up to be a head coach, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I think one thing he'll say is that he's obviously got a lot of pride in his performance. Disappointed
let down with his performance,
which sometimes can be a good thing because he actually cares.
All right, X, give us a few red Zs. It's the MVP, of course, with Embers.
I'm bloody twisted here, Lock. Gee whiz, I'm a bit rattled now. I'm not ready. But Dom Sheed, 28 disposals, 452 metres gain to Dommy Sheed. Kicked it okay. Disposal efficiency at 68%. Tim Kelly had the 27 touches. Kicked the ball at 53%, had 12 inside 50s, 550 metres gain. Andrew Gaff, the super sub, came on early with Ruben Jimby coming out after 12 minutes, had 24 disposals. And Luke Shuey, the captain. We spoke about Boots' kicking throughout the game where a couple came off his knee. Well, he went at 14% by foot. 21 disposals to Luke Shuey and Tommy Cole, who we've spoken about, and he's an important player on this side just because he doesn't complain, gets the job done, had 20 disposals. For the victors over the Richmond Tigers, Soldo, we spoke about 41 hit-outs. He won that battle, but Daniel Rioli, 31 touches. Kicking efficiency at 100% from his 17 kicks, didn't miss a target. 5 inside 50s, a fantastic game. Tim Taranto, we've seen and raved about him all season long. 27 disposals, 8 tackles, 12 contested, 8 clearances. The man we just spoke to, Jacob Hopper, 25 disposals. Dusty Martin had the 23, kicked 2-2, and Bolton had 23 and kicked 2-4, and probably another 4 or 5 pings from somewhere that didn't go through either. But
watch out the beast.
What do you reckon?
Very sharp.
Very good, mate.
Very
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to text Luke Shuey and say, g'day, Mr. 14%.
Mr. 14.
see if he'll do an interview with me. The Triple MVP Award for Case IH.
I think he would laugh. I think he would.
He would. Case IH, leaders in agricultural machinery. It's what we do. Embers, take it away.
Oh, listen, I'll give Bolton a vote. I thought he could have had an absolute almost game, and in the end, 23, a couple of goals. Probably should have kicked 4 or 5. I gave him one. I just squeezed Tim Kelly out. I thought he was West Coast, a very good player, but unfortunately Tim Kelly won't get in the votes. Timmy Taranto with his 27 just works hard all day. Had a very good year, 8 clearances, kicked the goal, but best on ground, Dan Rioli, 31 touches. As we've mentioned, Super just runs and carries and uses it so well.
Beautiful stuff. Well done to Jack Darling for 500 goals, the triple MVP for Case IH. Case IH, leaders in agricultural machinery. It's what we do. It was the Tigers winners this afternoon here at Optus Stadium, keeping themselves in the hunt for the finals, 14-14-98. They defeated the Eagles 8-12-60. Well under you, Tommy. X-Man, terrific job. Embers, Leachy, superb as always. Clint up the back, looking after us, making us sound beautiful. Darcy as well, and Lex on the boundary. What a team we were this afternoon. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.